Oh yeah, how's your ankle, bruh?
Oh yeah, how's your ankle, bro?
Yeah,
It's
I
fine now.
figured I'd stay off of it more. It's hard.
What
Because like
happened?
every day it fucking snows, so I'm like, I gotta get out there and help my dad. I feel bad.
Uh,
And it's like,
so
and then it's just a little more swollen.
yeah, if you
Well,
make
let's
it
see if
worse, it's never
the
gonna
win.
heal, and this feeling's gonna last.
I know, so I'm easy for the next week.
Are you
Yeah,
still making the trek
ibuprofen and
to your in-laws, or have
Am I still?
gotten you out of it?
What did you guys say?
Are you still making the trek to your in-laws? Are you still helping building them a
Fucking
computer, or is
No,
this
no, I'm just chilling this week.
elevate?
Yeah.
Only place I walk into is the bathroom and back to my bed.
That's fair. So yeah, Craig is not joining us tonight. Piece of shit. I'm gonna kick him out of the damn
normal.
server. I know. It's like what the. I mean, it's so cool when it works because then it goes into Audacity.
Cool. It's very
The attendance record is shit.
It is. It's worse than mine.
cool. I
Is
don't
it
know.
worse than Archibald?
I'm getting close to. I'm competing. Coming for that gold, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm what? I'm like 2 sessions ahead of you, 3 sessions. You got some work to do.
Oh, but my characters level up quicker,
That's true.
and I have
The-
dynamic lighting, but no one's counting.
Side note, Yivy, how long's your thing gonna one?
I'll give you some fucking dynamic lighting, you piece of shit.
I think. Oh, my game. I'm hoping just the one session. Depends. I'm gonna try to swing it so it's just the one.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have chosen the butler as a character, kind of at odds with me.
No, what are you talking about? You can be the most pompous.
Yes,
Dude,
of course.
I
I do have
discussed
pump.
A while ago, you are internally,
Internally
just
pump.
pent up. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Let Gus keep impersonating. I'll keep doing his character. He can keep doing my character. It'll be great. We'll just do a trade. Yeah.
Like
tag out.
who's better?
Oh,
Who has a more realistic character voice for the other?
I like the
Definitely.
British voice better than
definitely.
whatever Ty was doing for Crawford.
Well, hell.
That shit was
Listen here,
perfect.
doggy.
Oh,
It kept getting better
you're
too.
from Texas. I'm born and raised in Virginia.
I'm from fucking Houston. I'm from the city. We don't have an accent. We are very plain.
I was born a little too close to the volcano, and it
I was born all the way out there in the volcano.
That's the opposite side of the state.
oh Lord, well hell,
We'll heal.
well heal.
I'm gonna put on my Valley Girl impersonation.
Houston. You better not ever
Do it.
pronounce it like
I
that.
thought I was assuming that you constantly and consciously suppressed your Valley Girl, and that was your natural voice, and we were.
I mean, I was born in the Valley, but not the San Fernando Valley. That's a faker valley.
I
That's a
second the
fake
NASCAR
valley.
fan. You should give us the.
It's actually a
valley.
plateau.
Bring the valley.
Actually, LA is the real valley, and like the valley where
Oh
I
my
grew up is
God.
just agriculture, so like it doesn't actually count as a valley. But like it's the biggest valley in California. So
Oh my
like when
God.
people are like, "Oh, I'm from the valley," like don't mean I'm from fucking LA, you know?
If your next character does
got
not
my
have a
ass.
valley accent,
Like it.
I am
let's
going to
not
cry.
Let's not encourage.
I am going to cry.
Yo,
Would you
that
rather hear
character
that?
in a fucking fantasy
Oh
setting?
my God.
Give it to me.
Okay. Is it better than Evern's bad Scottish Irish, whatever the fuck it is accent?
Whatever the
love
fuck
your-
it is.
I love your Scottish accent. I think
It's supposed to be Irish.
Rouge?
I thought you were
Welsh, maybe?
Bill Burr.
Pilfer.
Kitties? I don't know what I am.
Fuck is that?
No, I like
British
it. I like-
Isles idiot.
I like accent. Yeah, you don't know who Bill Burr. Typical Canadian.
Doesn't know Bill Burr. To be fair.
That's- Oh God, that saddens
I mean,
much.
I'm
You
not.
wouldn't even like him, I bet.
I'm
but I-
not the biggest Bill Burr fan, to be honest.
What the fuck is?
I don't hate
I don't know
him.
what's happening.
He's just not my favorite.
Bill Bird.
Bill Burr, the bald redhead that
Oh.
played 2 episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and who shot the dude?
Okay.
He's a
He's
comedian.
gonna try to sneak in a bed. See if he's awake.
You're trying to sneak
Bill
into bed?
Okay.
No, his name is William Burr.
There
Bill
you
Burr.
go.
Bill.
Bill Bird!
Bill
Where
Burr.
are you going, Bill Bird?
My next
Might
character,
even be a good.
Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Come back, Bill Bird!
Gilbert, love me, love me.
Bill Bird will love you.
Not 20, baby. DM said so.
That's not okay.
I say law. All right. It is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Gus time.
I'm East Coast. Like half of the people are on the East Coast.
Yeah, but not the half that matters.
Oh, go
Ooh.
fucking yourself, Texan.
Hell
We
yeah.
don't
Bring out the Texas
know.
half.
We have dormant volcanoes.
We have dormant volcanoes in the
Always
west.
80, even when grass comes around for Christmas.
Hey, we're supposed to get snow next week, damn it.
Yeah,
You're gonna get like
It's gonna be
4 inches.
it's gonna be like no, it's gonna be sleet. It's not even gonna be
No.
snow.
That-
You don't know how to drive in the snow.
that's true. Probably don't
That
even
is
have
true.
plows in the entire state of Texas.
We don't actually.
I figured. you have
It would
salt,
be
right?
Yeah. Plenty of salt.
Crying or a half inch of snow.
Plenty of
We had Bill O'Brien as our coach for the last 10 years.
Gonna get
All the
picked up
salt.
by next week. 5-car pileup.
Oh no.
Yeah,
All
wait, shush, stop. It's 8. We're supposed to start. We were supposed to start an hour ago, but whatever.
He's talking about snow.
Fuck snow. Moving on. Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Wait,
When we wake up from our bed, is it snowing outside?
It might be. We're doing the recap first, then you find out if there's snow. And right now, ain't looking like it. But it's still miserable and cold. So, last time, we started off in the water deep. It's just weird when people walk by my
did we
door.
make it to Waterdeep yet?
Yeah. Starting to wonder if we'll ever make it to Waterdeep. Waterdeep home of the disenfranchised. While there, we settled the whole orphan adopting thing. Ken gave a lot of money, and Vern's going to train Calisius, or reaffirmed that she's going to train Calisius, and using the shield. Let's see, what else did we get? They then went to the City of the Dead to begin their investigation of the possible necromancer, definite body snatcher, who had been running wild, and the City of the Dead. Jallister Silvermane hired them on to take on the quest. And so they reported to the sergeant, who was reporting to him. Sergeant took them to the 3 locations of the body snatching. The first location was the Hall of Heroes. There... What? I can't tell if she's trying to talk to me. Someone just tried to say something.
What's that?
Is she talking to us or is she talking to someone else?
She's talking to her dog.
Her dog.
I don't have a dog.
Oh,
Dog
dude.
died.
One of my neighbors got a Bernedoodle as well. Anyway, let's see. Y'all first went to the Hall of Heroes, where you went to see the body, or the tomb of Harold Coldtooth, who had been entombed there. The body had indeed been snatched. There was no items left behind. However, Vern's sharp eyes, shockingly, were able to spot a set of footprints that did not match with the normal foot traffic. One of them looked rather normal, but was still stood out from the soldiers' foot who would have been walking down here during the investigation. The other was a large metal boot from heavy armor of some sorts. They tracked it back outside, but were unable to glean any more information from it. They then traveled to the Merchant's Rest, where the second body, well, the technically third body or fourth body, whatever I said it was entombed. The body of Darius Savoy, a former ship captain turned merchant, had been robbed from his tomb. The swords and family circlet were also taken. However, the staff was left behind. The footprints of the two were also spotted here, though a little harder to discern due to the fact that the area had higher traffic. The third location they visited was the House of the Homeless. There, 3 bodies were taken. 2 of which, the resting place, to put it lightly, was of a Jane Doe and I forget what his name was, Soros Dani. Both had been looted, and both had been tainted with some sort of dark magic. The third body was taken, or was the last to be taken. That body was of Laura Tumith. She was the last to be taken. The footsteps did appear here, but nothing else was really gleaned from that in part of the investigation. They then left. Warren was able to track the heavy footsteps to one of the entrances and noticed that this person or persons had in fact come and gone multiple times and rather frequently. After that, they demanded one of the guards go get them some lunch, and then immediately left the only place he would know they were, and headed to the resting place of the Summer Stars. There, Kin transformed back into her blue elf form, moon elf. Hall of the Dead. What about the Hall of the Dead? Moon elf form. They all went into the tomb, and she felt a tug on her leg, a very, very, very slight tug, and then put flowers on all the graves, or replaced the flowers on all the graves, and opened up a bit about her past to the group. After that, what the fuck's on my foot? Sorry.
Do you feel a tug on your foot?
I did feel a tug on my foot. After that, you decided to, after receiving your lunch from the guard, you decided to return home, get some rest. If there was anything y'all would like to do in those 8 hours, or before you,
back.
I assumed you already changed back.
Yes.
Anything else you would like to do before you head back to the graveyard?
Rearrange all the cushions in my room.
I'll get right to that.
Do you guys want to do like a short, this is how you hold a shield session before we nap for the day?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how this is going to work, but
I was gonna roll a. How would this work? Calisius, just roll a. Actually, both of you roll wisdom, I guess.
it's dumb.
Well, you're teaching. You're not actually.
Kind of like physical, like, putting the shield on his arm and like showing him how to tilt it to catch things. I don't know.
Like this?
Relatively successful session. You show him some basic. First, how to properly equip the shield, which Calisius picks up quickly, and then some basic. Not formations. What am I thinking of?
Defensive
Styles. There we go. Some basic styles. Still not the word I'm looking for, but it's fine.
Stance.
Stances, thank you.
Oh.
Maneuvers also works. Styles and stances and maneuvers. He picks up on it for the most part, but kind of struggles a lot with the physical aspect as you take him through some of the different movements. But yeah, he is on the way to learning how to become proficient with shields.
Wow, this is what it feels like to be proficient.
You're not proficient.
Not quite, but not quite, but we'll get there eventually.
Maybe if we
The
throw
good-
dice at him and he's able to deflect them with the shield, he's really proficient.
Let's wait a wee bit before we try that. It's a good start.
Why?
Your relics up down.
Very good start.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate you. Saved my life one day.
So, I mean,
She's never gonna save my life.
I have to save your life.
That was out of character.
She'd heard your thoughts, or almost anticipated them.
Lucy is just looking. Are you gonna save my life?
It didn't take a high insight for her to know, and her passive somehow passed the bar. Anything else before you head back to the city of the dead?
Are my flowers grown?
Your flowers are not grown. They are starting to bud. Some of them are starting to sprout, or not sprout, but bud.
Hey, party. Hey, party.
There's no one named
People,
Party
thank
in
you.
this house.
Yeah. Are we a party now?
Yeah, party! Woo!
Woo! You know what we are, Lucius. You have to say it.
Your family.
Oh, well,
Yes. Aww. I was actually thinking Pretty Boy Club, but sure, that works.
Is there like a official call to action? for club?
we need
Our
to get-
jacket.
All in
Shush
favor?
it.
Oh, I'm wearing my little cape, whatever you gave me.
Cloak?
Everyone capes, but Ken ordered and spent money on Pretty Boy Club jackets.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know,
Varsity jackets.
varsity. That's yeah. Doesn't really fit
What?
the aesthetic. I'm trying to be edgy here.
Yeah.
Leather, leather.
Khaleesi's
What? Sorry.
jacket.
What about
I got
Clesis?
one for everyone.
I'm gonna Khaleesi's is gonna wear one of the, and I'm gonna
Wait.
ask you if you're gonna wear yours.
You're
they're,
going,
I don't
you're
think
not
I've
going
got
out
them
there.
yet.
No, they're not done yet, man.
they're not done yet. Are they all the same color or different colors?
I don't
They're
know.
all leather.
They're all
They're
leather.
leather jackets.
Are they like
all-
brown leather or like black leather or like
I think they're brown leather.
Yeah, I think they're just basic brown leather with PVC embroiled on the shoulders or back.
you at least get Crawford one in like black because rogue.
I mean, we
Please.
can say you did. It's fine.
No, they're supposed to be uniform.
Ken, I'm a low-profile individual. I don't want.
Brown jacket.
Not any different from your fucking red leather.
Does it show off my cleavage like in that one episode?
2 episodes.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
Zip
you
it.
don't wear a
Or
shirt.
button it.
Here's the thing: if Crawford gets a black jacket, Khaleesi's is gonna want a yellow one.
That's
That's
good.
true. That's
Not
true.
dying.
Only if we get a black. When we walk with a black jacket, we're forced to snap our fingers.
That's true. I spent like $20 on this damn stiletto, and I don't even. I blanked out last time, but I think that Clesius brings up a good point that we might want to. Well, we want to talk about kind of how to do this, right?
When he
Right.
says that, Khaleesi holds up his loot, and he's like,
Do you
asks
have a
if he's
loot?
talking
I
about
thought it broke.
learning how his
Who
loot
broke your loot?
hasn't been a while.
Oh,
Did you go buy a new one?
he did.
I did.
Did you
Yeah.
do the thing, Crawford?
Ooh,
I gave
yeah.
you money.
Oh yeah, I wasn't here last time. Did you guys find the shit that I bought for Evern and started using it, and then we kind of glossed over it?
Yeah, technically,
No.
yeah.
'Cause it sounds like maybe that happened.
I don't know.
Sounds
There was
like-
just a shield suddenly.
As you return home, since you had not been home since Crawford had done. Oh yeah, you haven't actually been home, so this is the first time. Crawford did make some changes. Crawford, tell them what you did. I don't remember.
Oh, what you did.
Don't.
Well,
Stick your
I
nose
did
in.
enough damage to put us back to where we started when we were collecting money, so we don't have progress.
We were on the way of doing that ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a fancy new sword, and I don't think what we bought together for you could come close to the value of that. But I
fancy
think
heirloom's kind of hard to beat.
we had an extensive conversation about kind of just the things that we could get a pretty down to earth individual that doesn't seem to put too much stock in material possessions. So we got you material possessions, but hear me out.
But wait, you weren't supposed to get me in.
That's true, and that's why
Yes,
we
we
did it.
were.
I give a rolled up like carpet to Calisius, and then there's like 5 swords made of wood and rapier-esque, probably a little bit different, but they're lying on one of the main bar tables. Oh God, it's been 2 weeks. What else did I buy you? I know I bought other stuff, but I think those are the
Did you
two.
buy something for Evern?
Those 2 things were for Evern. It's a workout mat and it's training implements.
When Cleese takes the rug, he looks at it and looks at you and he goes, "Does this fly?"
No, it doesn't fly. It's actually meant to stay on the ground. I know that I mean, I live right next to you. These walls aren't that thick. I hear you stomping around in there, which I can only assume is probably some kind of workout regimen. And I don't know if you're getting splinters or not, but if you can use a
For
mat
splinters.
for any of that.
When Crawford says workout regiment, Cleese looks confused. He looks at the rest of the party and he looks down at his stomach.
No, it's I'm just trying to break it up because we got a few things for her. This is one of the things that we
Did you steal these?
talked about and bought Evern.
Did you
No,
steal
these were
any of
not.
these?
These were not stolen.
Oh,
Are you
This time.
lying to me? Can I tell he's lying to me?
Roll inside.
You pitched in to help buy Evern a gift.
Right, but he doesn't know whether or not I paid for him or not. I did pay.
In his defense, most was gone for that part of the session.
That's true.
That
No, I
is true.
we talked about it, and I spent the hard-earned money of us.
All of us.
While you were at your
Was I here for this?
No, this is when you
You
were
were not.
coming back.
yeah,
So I didn't pay for this then, right? For your rug?
No,
I don't.
Calisius. We all
catch on. You have some wisdom.
Actually, you are the wisest of the group, so you should.
Oh my God, are you the wisest of the group?
Pretty sure
Am
he
I the
is.
wisest of the group?
Can't possibly be.
No, Ken.
Warren got it.
No, Ken and Warren have got to be.
I don't think I was there for this either. Honestly, I don't remember.
No, you weren't. I'm trying to lie.
Plus, yeah, no, Warren beats him.
He's lying with a 15.
I mean,
What are
Arthur
you trying
did
to
skip
discern?
out on part of the oath ceremony when the rest of you guys were talking to my parents. So
Legitimately, what happened last session was that Kin and Crawford were like, we didn't get anything for Evern, and there's going to be gifts, and she deserves something, so here, take some money and sneak out after the ceremony and go buy a gift for her.
It was a last minute thing, but we all spent money and bought her a workout mat, which I don't know what her regimen is, but maybe it will be useful. And then also it was training sword. It was 5 wooden swords, and I believe a couple practice dummies as well. that was-
yeah, something like that.
And that's what I got you. All of that stuff would be haphazardly set up because not his forte. But it's like kind of spread out around the bar, almost to make it look like there are patrons. Yay!
Yeah, I remember when y'all were doing that.
Yeah, but those were like the two big
times.
things, and I apologize if I'm forgetting anything else that pertains to Evern's gift. But I think those were the two things that we got her. Yeah.
Those were the big. I think you bought some smaller things, but I don't remember. I'll
I
listen
bought
to
a
it again.
shitload of bobby pins.
That's right. That's what it
You
was.
did.
But what else? I think that was the extent of it.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back and listen to it if we really care too much, but
I think it's fine. Jade, do you remember if I bought anything else? I think it was just those three things.
Fucking don't.
Fair enough.
way to take
But
notes,
There
guys.
was like a couple of weird things, and I can't remember what was for what.
I mean, you're not a very materialistic person, which I admire. But I feel like maybe you can put use to them, or at least when they collect dust, you'll think of us.
I mean, if you'd permit me, I'd love to do them with you. Is that weird?
No, because it's like
Phrasing?
training.
Depends. Do you want to use him as the dummy or as a person holding the stick?
Because eventually both will be useful as training. But I mean, I thank you. In a way, it's not really the materials you bought; it's the time together you bought in the future.
Well, yeah, but people like things, even if they're not materialistic, and you use them, right? And if you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can use them with all of you, so it's not just me. But thank you. I'm very touched.
And then when the kids come over, then they can use it as well, and they'll probably enjoy that. They like hitting things.
That's
Yeah,
probably
that's
true.
Good point.
Calisius can get used to, in the dummy as well.
We might need it.
Oh, that as well.
Bar.
The bar. I'll prove the bar.
The bar.
Ig-proof the bar. There's a couple tankards made out of glass, and I'm fearful. So, but we'll talk about that in a bit. I don't think that that's as pressing as what's going on at the City of the Dead.
I'm gonna take a nap.
That's cool, and a good time to do it too.
Yeah. Good idea. And then we can talk about what our.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go buy some parchment. I think. Does anyone want to go out with me? I'm gonna make a quick run to the store. Wait,
I
hold
would
on.
love to, but I need to sleep in order
wait,
to have all my
actually.
spells for tonight.
Oh.
Crawford is not
Go
going
with you.
out because I forgot what happened last time. I'm
What
actually
happened
gonna
last time?
I spent all of my money.
Yep.
I have zero.
I have money.
But Crawford is not gonna do that. So he's actually.
Why
Hey, real quick. Can we pretend that when we left, Khaleesi's went back and picked up his money off the table? And I can give it back to him?
table
I don't
of-
remember what you left and where.
Remember you left it for the kids?
Oh, I gave that money to Miss Vera Gareth. I
No,
banked.
because
Wait.
when you went down, you left the money on the table. You never went back up.
I
Yeah,
went
but you
upstairs
never.
and I left money on the table. Calesius doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, Calesius also never went upstairs.
Oh,
Yep.
all right, whatever.
So
Here's
no.
your cash, bro.
Oh,
You guys need money for shopping. I have some to spare.
I also have money to spare.
I don't need to go shopping. I need to make sure that no one else leaves gifts in our rooms. Yeah, Crawford's gonna post out on the chair.
Fair enough. Roll perception.
Don't make me roll.
He's gonna hear jingle bells.
You hear the slight jingle of bells in the distance.
16.
16. That's not bad. Yeah, you feel pretty. You feel pretty certain that no one's coming while the rest of your group sleeps. You hear something.
It's in your room, though.
You hear something moving downstairs, but you're not entirely sure what.
What? Fuck you. I go downstairs. What are you talking about?
You see the ghost of Lif
You'd scream if we were being robbed, right?
Wait, is anyone? I thought everyone went to bed, right? Everyone's gone to bed, except for Crawford.
Oh, I'm leaving 6 silver in Crawford's room, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
You went downstairs. As by your own admission. All right, so whoever's going to their beds, go to their beds. Whoever's not, do whatever you're doing. Crawford, you come downstairs. You just see Liff. Seems to be cleaning some of the tankards.
You would yell if we were being burgled, right? Or if someone broke in.
Who are you talking to?
The ghost.
I would remove them.
Excellent. I'm gonna go upstairs. I think. You have a good one.
Sleep tight.
I won't now. All right.
All right, the rest of you, sleep comes to you rather quickly thanks to the early morning.
Why is Calisius in my room?
Calisius, why are you in her room?
I'm watching CJ sleep on her bed.
That's
God.
really fucking
Oh,
creepy.
That's nice.
Yeah, I go with CJ.
You all find sleep rather quickly, except for Crawford, who's keeping watch. Whether or not he feels comfortable or put at ease with the fact the ghost seems to also be watching after the bar. It's completely up to him. The evening comes. Crawford, you know that by this time, or it gets to the point where y'all will need to start making your way to the graveyard, the City of the Dead. Do you rouse everyone? How are we doing this? We never established an alarm system here.
Yeah. Tap tap.
Tap, tap.
And I wait. I think I'll probably get Warren and Everett first because they're close, and then I'll get Calisius, and I'll get Kim.
I don't wanna wake up.
I know. I was afraid. Wait, what? Every day's a new day for you, right? Why aren't you skipping yet?
No.
It's like 8 p.m. now.
We gotta. Is the dog in your bed, Ken?
No, apparently not.
Oh, Calisius, we need the dog.
What do we need the dog for?
To wake up the holy one.
The holy
know,
one. I don't have
what's in
holes.
there?
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically, you have a bunch of pores.
Wait, what?
I don't know what pores are.
She said she doesn't have holes in her, which I'm calling bullshit on that.
She's a shape changer.
Pores exist. Anyway.
I close them.
I guess technically she could do that. Fucking shape changers.
Yeah, she can do that.
She still has ear holes and a nose hole. Can you tell me to stop breathing?
Don't tempt her.
Kin, unfortunately, our dear friend Kin has passed away.
Oh no.
In order to spite God, she cut off her only way to breathe.
But she died immaculate, though. No imperfection.
No.
Except for not having a mouth.
By the time you left the City of the Dead, it was probably closer to 2-3-ish. A little chat, probably, I would say now is probably 11, midnight-ish, getting close to midnight.
Okay.
So we're late.
For message, do I need to see people?
For message, you need to, I believe it's in the direction they're in, isn't it?
You just need to point at a creature within 120 feet.
Yeah, so you have to point.
I point at Ken's bed and I say, "Ken, time to get up."
Ken, you hear a voice in your head.
You deserve nothing but my disdain.
I'm still in my room.
She can still reply. That's how message works.
Reply to message.
Oh,
Yeah.
You receive a reply of an angered cleric.
She roleplays disdain back at the message.
Princess does not say nothing.
Did you guys already talk about kind of how we're going to set about doing this, or do we want to talk about that before we head out?
We did
When
not.
set it up.
Strategy. Who's our
I think it
leader?
was Ken and I, you and Evern, and CJ and Warren.
Okay, great. Does everyone in each individual group have at least one paper bird?
Yes.
Warren, do you need a bird to communicate with us? I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't need to go. Well, technically we're all harbors, so it would work anyways. So he could send it to us, right?
Yeah, no, bird works. At least by the way it reads in the spell. And yeah, as long as you know who you're sending it to, and they're on the same material plane, it'll find their way to it.
Okay, I give him three. Three of the birds. Just if you see
Sweet.
something, say something.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we figured out last time, I think, is that Crawford and Evern are gonna hunker down between the House of the Homeless and the Merchant's Rest. And then that Ken and Khaleesi is on the other side, Ambrose in the south, and then Warren and CJ in the north.
Okay. And Ken, I've seen you send a bird. Do you have more of them?
The ones that I took from you, yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Hi, can I ask a couple of technical questions?
Of course. I
Um,
live for
is it
technical questions.
possible, to go behind a building and have the enemy lose track of where we are?
You were cutting in and out there. I heard something about enemy and where we are.
So if is it possible to duck behind a building and have an enemy lose track of where you are?
Yes, but in order to do it, you would have to use your action to hide. Rogues, on the other hand, can use their action to hide as a bonus action.
Got it. Okay.
Scale of 1 to Metal Gear.
So I can stealth
Uh-huh.
and then use my action to hide and do something with my cantrip. With my bonus action.
Well, the hiding would be stealth, yeah. So you would go into stealth as your action, and you would still have your bonus action, but you wouldn't be able to move. Oh, you wouldn't be able to use it for anything else. So yeah,
But I can still.
yeah, you'd still use your bonus action,
I still have my movement.
and you'd still have your movement. Yes,
So I don't actually. Would I even have to roll for stealth then if I'm just hiding?
yes, you would have to roll for stealth.
Okay.
To discern how well you hid, or if you made enough. Basically, it's essentially if you make enough noise to where they could hear you and discern where you are. In that situation.
Got it.
All right. Technical question number 2.
That was all of them.
That was a single question, not a couple. I feel lied to. All right, moving on. Everyone ready to go to the city of the dead? You head
Yay to the corpses and the gravestones.
back down.
I'm gonna carry CJ to the put him down because a lot of patrolling.
Oh, you're not that anymore. One sec. Sorry,
Now.
situating people. Where is CJ?
CJ.
CJ.
Are we keeping
there it is.
CJ? No, we're not keeping CJ. We're
Warren's keeping CJ.
cool.
All right.
Okay.
Also, since
Sorry, does not go there.
since I'm thinking about it, I'm removing everyone's permission to move Crawford. Only Crawford can now move Crawford.
No.
Nip that in the bud before you get started.
I have my own
Agree
agency.
to. Do I see any rickshaws here?
I feel like
Do you see any rickshaws where?
Midnight.
On the way there, or actually in the city itself, the city of the dead itself.
On the way there. Of course, there's not going to be a rickshaw in the city of the dead.
It might be. Old people go to the city of the dead. Roll perception check. You have dark vision too, so not at disadvantage. 18. You see a couple. Most of them are tied up to an area. One seems to still be in working.
I would like to go them and hire them to drive me around the city of the dead.
Okay. You find a rather surly-looking gentleman. All right, hop on in. That'll be 5 silver.
Okay, how about 4?
Fine, 4 silver.
Ka-cha.
He pulls you along. The rest of you notice that Clesius is now in a carriage or a rickshaw.
I lean out to Evan.
Okay. He leans out to Evern.
Okay.
Quite questions, so
You're going in and out again, mate.
I'm gonna be badgered by questions.
You badger.
Need a battery with questions?
It's not a bad idea. I would just, if others are trying to stealth, don't acknowledge their presence, but we don't need. It doesn't need to be full stealth. It's not a bad idea.
Well, there's gonna be other guards patrolling as well, not just us.
Right, exactly. And if you make your presence known, maybe that will deter individuals from visiting your section.
On your section.
That was actually the plan, wasn't it?
For
That's a
him
good
to-
idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crawford lie in wait in secret and have Evern a thing.
So there is
Oh,
a
I'm gonna
a
find some
lantern.
magic stones on the side of the road.
Perception. No.
Regular stones, then.
Or investigation.
Why is like I know it was a character thing that we ended up with these groups, but mechanically speaking, why the fuck is Evern on the stealth team?
Because
Because
she's.
Khaleesi didn't want to go to the homeless place.
Yeah. Why?
Wait, a stealth team?
Yeah, well, because she has heavy armor and she'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm at disadvantage.
was-
I have a +3 that I'm at disadvantage, and originally these are the ones that have been hit the most, which are the 2 that we're going to be watching. Kind of like, oh, let's put the sneaky people there so that we don't raise alarm and we can like catch somebody in the act. But because Evern's a bulky girl,
Disadvantage.
it's a little harder.
I thought you were Oh no, because even though you have a good dex, you still need decent armor as well.
Well, no, it was something. It was because she had whatever she originally was wearing. She wasn't proficient, or she wasn't strong enough to wear, and so now she's wearing what she's wearing.
Are you wearing armor that's clanky a little bit?
Yeah. She's, what was it? Scale. Not scale. Was
It's
it scale?
scale.
It is
You
scale.
have scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
The medium armor and it's scale.
That is not that big of a deal, but as long as we're not on top of each other, if we have eyesight with each other, then we'll be fine.
Okay.
We don't need to be like literally, in the same exact.
Everyone's not gonna have any eyesight in the dark.
That
I
is
do.
true.
I can cast the light cantrip, but it's true that my perception is a little bit shit in the dark.
That is true.
I mean,
Okay.
the
We'll figure it out.
So cantrip is kind of runs counter to the whole stealth
It
operation.
does. It does, which is why I will save that.
But yeah, like that part really doesn't make sense. At all.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't expect to be here, but here I am.
it's okay. I have a code word to, have you light up your light cantrip.
Ooh, fancy.
Also, once we get into position, you could cast the invisibility, so
Ooh.
that will help if there's something invisible at least. Ooh.
All right. So the way this is going to work, in order to, because it is a large area, in order to effectively investigate, I guess, for things, I've kind of broken up to sections. And so you can choose to do one section at a normal perception or investigation roll. Or you can choose to do 2, both at disadvantage, and try to cover more ground. But it'll be 1 per night as you are going through. Currently, you have your... Okay, go ahead. Question?
Can I do 2 with my rickshaw?
Well, I mean, the rickshaw doesn't give you a speed boost.
Okay, can I ask the guy to help me look around to see if he sees anything suspicious?
You didn't pay him enough for that. But no, but I mean, for the effect of the mechanics, it's just going to be your role. And I guess whoever's with you can help.
Okay.
But Yeah. I mean, you're serving more as a distraction anyway. That was your plan.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, that is. Someone wrote Sir Ambrose. I'm not sure why, but he's right
He's
here.
patrolling in the south.
He is patrolling in the south. You do know that Sir Ambrose is patrolling in the south. Where in the south exactly, you're not sure, but you know he's down there somewhere. So, split up the way you were going to.
Hey, is it out of the realm of possibility that we talked beforehand and kind of figured out exactly, like, physically on the main map?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, it looks like they're marked. So this happened. Okay, cool. So you guys have talked about it.
Yes,
Awesome.
the X's are where the
Look at that.
break-ins were.
Neato.
Why is there an extra X?
I don't know. That's a 4.
It is.
It's a 4.
Hi.
Sorry, it's hard to write with this damn thing.
That's why I used the typing tool.
I have shitty handwriting to begin with. This doesn't help.
Type stuff.
There you go. There's a 4.
It's like spooky. I don't like it.
Well, you're in the graveyard. Speaking of which,
That's not what I want.
spooky,
Nice.
spooky graveyard music. Is my 4 not good enough for you, Kin?
No,
There you go.
I clicked on the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
So there was 1, 2. Where was 3? Where is the Forgotten? Is that south? Or I'm sorry.
House of the Homeless is this
This
one. You can see where she's marked. She's actually put the numbers in, not me.
Oh, good on you.
Underneath it, that's where 1, 2, and 5, from what you deduce, happened. The third kidnapping happened down here, and the fourth happened right where you're standing. That is the merchant's house, merchant's rest. Sorry.
Okay, and Calisius and Kin are in the top part. Nice $sign. is making noise to prevent or discourage interaction with the northernmost location.
I'm
So
just gonna play my music.
$6.
Where am I
Maybe I
supposed
can
to be?
maybe I can get this guy to give me a compliment.
Okay. All right.
Warren
and
CJ.
yeah, which Warren, you should be able to move CJ.
Yep.
So, what section are you going to be focusing on?
4, I think. Right? 4 or 1?
What?
What section are you going to be focused on in your investigation? I guess
Oh.
perception.
Yeah. Well, I had the north, so
The north. Okay, so
Ken can get the fucking.
that was the point. I think CJ is pretty fast too, right?
yeah. Why is
So
there?
that's the whole idea. I wasn't actually there to catch anybody. I was there to patrol and be like, they got some fucking
To run back and
upgraded
forth.
guards in that area. Well, let's go to the part that's not guarded. Except
I think Calisius and Ken were supposed to be somewhere around 4 or 6, somewhere on this side.
Okay.
Somewhere away from this
Oh,
place.
I don't know.
Hey, Evern. It looks like most of the activity is occurring near 2 of the gates, so maybe we should keep an eye on 1. Does
What?
that make sense?
Section 1.
It looks like most of the
Well, no,
activity
you
is
two-
occurring around
You are stealth group. Stealth group was the plan for stealth group was for you to hide out in this area ish, and just kind of keep watch over 1, 2, 5,
Okay.
and 4.
so
Yeah, if
The
The idea
two.
was
there
that-
were any bait.
Do you mind
That's
if
what I
we,
said.
do you mind if we split up? I have a way to call you.
yeah.
Okay.
So
That's fine.
I'm gonna give her one of my daggers, and
Why?
if it leaves your hand, that means I'm using it.
Okay.
That's fair. Wait, there is a range to
Alright.
it.
Oh no! Well, hell. What is?
Where are you
Oh.
going?
I was just gonna go like here-ish.
I was thinking it was fucking Crawford a warlock all of a sudden.
No. I have the belt.
Yeah, no, his belt gives him the
Christmas
ability,
sprinkle.
but I think it was
Yeah.
the range is 120
Oh,
feet.
like
think
Oh, that's not that far at all. Okay, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'll stick with Evern, but we'll be spaced out a little bit. But I think I would like to keep a bead.
I don't
on her.
remember. I wrote it somewhere.
You want me to like
but I don't
watch this direction
Yeah, what if
and
we
you watch that way? If we split our attention.
okay, so if you watch over here and I watch over here, right? Do we want to do that?
So one
That's
of
fine. I
you.
can try to hide in this bush.
Okay, I feel like we need explaining the plan needs to be explained a little bit. So
Yeah.
what happened was there
I'll be right back.
who just said
It was just
I'll be-
pie.
Bye.
Oh, so the first two what would you call them? Robberies? No.
Please?
Whatever. The two corpses that were robbed were at the house of the homeless, right? Then the person got bolder and started going after more high security ones, which is the 3 and 4. This House of Heroes and Merchant's Rest. Those two have like magic doors. But as soon as somebody as somebody noticed that this happened, which is the fourth one, they upped the security and then they went back to robbing the House of the Homeless again. So we were thinking that they're going to go back to there, especially if we make a show of security being even more heightened in other areas.
That makes sense. What is the significance of District 1 and 4? How is
No idea.
They have not been struck yet, neither has 6 or 5. Everything's been in the middle or south. Sir Ambrose is down here somewhere.
Yeah.
right here?
And then
It looks like it's tied to security and physical location at this point in time.
yeah, so those are the ones that are closest to gates.
Yeah.
Those are easy access, so to speak. Nothing's been hit over here though from these two northern gates yet.
It does not look like it has. But with the
But
north,
we have Orin patrolling the north just in case. There are
Well,
guards on each of the
So, yeah.
entrances.
The original plan was for me to have run around the north because they haven't been hit. Is more the southern area that's been hit, so I could just cover ground faster on top and just basically be a deterrent and maybe catch a glimpse of something, maybe. But I guess the plan keeps getting flipped, so I don't know what's happening.
that was my mistake because I was not I wasn't exactly sure, but that makes a little bit more sense of kind of the breakdown.
Yeah.
So I think Evern is in a good spot.
Yeah.
Evern's probably in a pretty good spot. I'm gonna give you one of my paper birds if you need to send it to me.
So like the most important thing to watch is probably this building.
I agree with you. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
this pathway right here for sure. Even if they're going if they're going just this way, they're gonna pass me. So.
And if I see the guard captain, I will inform him to stay away from the house of the homeless.
You mean actually the guard? Technically, the sergeant should be here because you did tell him to help you patrol.
Actually, I was Warren would have mentioned to keep everything seemingly as normal as possible. Like, you don't want it to be suspiciously low security either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah, so it'd be like more like whatever they were doing. We'd probably avoid instructing them on anything. Just do what you were doing.
Okay. And he was saying, where is he going to patrol?
He was just saying he's going to be in the south side. So basically, you don't know exactly where, but essentially the zones you and Avern are considered south.
Okay, I'm
So
going to make
it's-
a note if he does not
Pass by you.
pass by our because everyone's a suspect, right? So
Sure. Yeah.
How big did you say this place was?
Let's see. I forgot what we decided
2
on.
by 3?
Yeah, it was like 2
2 by 3.
2 by 3,
miles?
2 miles by 3 miles or something like that. Yeah.
So,
Like a big park.
so
Yeah,
what's the
it's
plan
huge.
at this point? I'm.
The,
I think that we're gonna. I think that our stations are pretty good. Everin and I are gonna keep a low profile. The guard captain is going to do his patrols in the south. You and CJ are going to try to cover ground. Calisius is going to make his presence known in the north. And
I
then
thought, yeah, I don't know where Ken and Clacius are. They're the two that I'm not sure of.
yeah,
What were the 3 buildings?
the 3 buildings are down in the south.
They're marked,
way
buddy.
down here.
Oh, what are they called?
The House of the Homeless, the Merchant's Rest, and the House of
we're going to
Heroes.
Merchant's Rest.
That-
No,
We're already
we're going
there.
to Fort
Oh
Heroes.
my god. So I had you paired with freaking what's it called? I'm forgetting names now. I had you paired with Crawford because the House of the Homeless and the Merchant's Rest are right next to each other.
Yeah,
And you guys
Right.
No,
actually
it's going
pull
to
off
Falls
the stealth
Heroes.
mission.
No, yeah. The from the conversation I just listened to, Calisius, you were you're supposed to basically be wandering and drawing attention to yourself
Yeah.
in the north-ish.
What am I playing?
I don't know. What are you
Buddy.
playing? Playing creepy music?
I'll play 8-bit chiptunes. I'll play the Mario theme when we.
Do, 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 do,
while
do, do, do.
everyone is distracted, Kin begins again, taking the bodies out from the gravestone.
Ken was it all along.
The perfect crime.
No one would suspect her.
Daddy,
If there's not really a place for me, I would like to guard the Summer Stars crypt.
Okay.
Hey, that's not awful.
That's actually really good. 16. You feel confidently stealth
In a bush.
in a bush. Crawford, what is your passive perception? You don't see her anymore. You are quite, as you head down south, you lose sight of her. Are you hiding or are you searching? What are you doing?
I am going to roll a d20 I've been putting off for a while now.
Okay. Which you still didn't tell me which one you're doing.
Oh, I am stealthing. 21.
Okay, 21. You get a 21. Easy enough. All right. You are hidden and having a stakeout in section 1. Ivern, you're kind of on the border of 1 and 3, but you have an eye.
Into this road particular.
You have an eye on the 2 main roads. Calicia or Warren, are you roll your perception? I guess if you do you have some sort of light?
Yeah, I'll probably be using a torch.
Okay, so you are just a straight roll.
Yeah. Perception.
14, not bad. Okay. Let's see who else is next.
I'll be patrolling like 5 and 6, I guess.
Together, like at the same time. Like, that would be you need to roll at disadvantage at that point then.
Okay, that's fine.
Just because it's a lot of ground to cover and you're moving. 10's not bad. Not great, but not bad.
What does CJ roll?
I don't know. What does CJ roll? He would actually he's sniffing, so his is just a straight roll because he has advantage on perception checks involving his nose.
All right, so I'll give him whatever his modifier is.
Ooh.
Wisdom is a +1 for him. He has a perception bonus of +3.
Yeah, so 8. Not great. CJ seems more distracted by you. He's not quite used to you as much as the others. You don't tend to spend as much time with him.
Okay, I'll talk to him in Sylvan.
Okay.
And kind of talk, tell him what's up, what we're doing, because he can understand Sylvan.
He can. It's a fun thing about a Fey dog.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
He responds to you, excited to hear a familiar tongue. Let's see. Ken, you're on the summer stats. What are you hiding or are you searching?
Investigating.
I'll hide.
You You'll hide. All right. Need you to roll stealth.
Quay quay.
14's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. And then last but not least, Calisius. You are being loud and being proud, so no stealth for you. Roll perception. You do have the 8 of light, but you had dark vision anyway.
Does it matter if I'm playing music while I'm in there?
Does what?
Is it gonna matter if I'm playing music while I search?
Oh, you were intentionally being loud, so no. That's why you don't get stealth.
I was trying to see if I could get a performance roll, but
Oh
okay,
yeah,
what
you
am I
can get.
doing?
You can get performance if you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Your rickshaw driver seems to enjoying the tunes you play.
What's his name? What's your name, boy?
He's a man for one thing.
I'm old. Get
I'm Ruck.
Rock. This is beginning of a beautiful friendship, Rock.
He doesn't respond, but he dutifully pulls you 21. What zone are you in? You are in. So you're kind of hanging in 4. Is
That's
that
where I was told the Hall of Heroes was around.
okay? No, the Halls of Heroes is down to 3.
There's already somebody down there, so you don't get to hang out there.
Yeah, or 2. Sorry, it's the 3rd place to be robbed. It's down in 2.
Alright, I'm in 4.
Okay. You do notice Kin as you ride by in your rickshaw during the night, but beyond that, not much comes to your English is a hard language, ladies and gentlemen. Attention. There we go.
Is it your second language?
No, this is my first, and I'm an idiot.
It's a rough language.
Vern, hidden in your little hidey hole. What'd you roll again? 16. You notice. Actually, he is actively searching, but he's going to get a disadvantage because he's covering more. Oof. Good thing he's at disadvantage. 6.
Does he have?
I don't like
Does he have a torch out? Is he
Yeah.
human?
He has a torch out, but he is covering more than one zone tonight, and so he is at disadvantage. He doesn't have a torch. He has a what's it called?
A hooded lantern?
No, it's the thing that's on that Ken has and Vern has. They're
The
things.
light cantrip.
No, they're.
Right?
Like, I mean, yeah, it's the light cantrip, but it's on a specific thing, a medallion, but for faith.
Amulet?
Amulet. Thank you. God damn, guys. He has his amulet is lit, giving off the cantrip light. He passes by you without even looking your way.
Out of curiosity, because I activated see invisibility once I was in place. I don't see anybody invisible by him, right?
You do not.
Okay, just checking.
Does Calisius see any mausoleums or anything worth robbing?
Calisius, you are, I believe, near.
I rolled that 21, by the way.
I'm aware.
Just wake, nudge, nudge.
Uh,
I did have knowledge that's my
I'm just. I just need to remember what's over by you. Let's see.
And by remember, refer to the map.
Exactly. Let's see. You do notice some nicer mausoleums around. That area is known for being close to the Lords of Spite, so you know that a lot of noble families keep their. That's where they're private tombs, private mausoleums. You know, you being there recently, know that the Summer Stars are close by, and it was for a moderate-looking family. It was loaded.
Well, I'm not going to go into the Summer Stars because Kin is standing
No,
right
I
there.
would kill you.
Is there like a second nicest that I see?
There are plenty around you, man.
I'd like to go up. Hey, stop here. And I'm gonna go start checking out if any, how many of these are easy to break into?
Well,
You stop playing?
none of them are easy to break into, as they are in heightened security, and you know from your other visits to some of the other more wealthy mausoleums that there is special enchanted doors that do not open without magical prodding.
So just can magical doors be open to have a hit point thing?
It depends. You would expect that a lord's mausoleum to be very well guarded. They are
No,
magically.
go ahead, Khaleesi. Just cause start wailing on it.
Yeah, just start beating the shit out of it, mate.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
I mean, you could try to break it. You don't know what securities they might have.
So does it look like the one I'm looking at look like it could be open from the inside?
I don't know which one you're looking at. You are just standing in the middle of a.
If it looked like they could be open from the inside as I walk around.
From the inside, you wouldn't know.
Okay.
From the outside, they look nigh impenetrable.
Are all of them look magical?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get back.
You are in a rich neighborhood, mate.
It's good to know that's here. I'm gonna get in Rickshaw and keep trucking along.
Keep on trucking. All right.
His next business venture, grave robbing.
We're literally running the mummy one in a minute.
That is true. Maybe Calisius
For
makes.
Thursday or Friday.
I was gonna say maybe Calisius makes a special appearance. We don't know.
Someone
We
does.
talked about it.
Crawford.
Menu.
About 30, 45 minutes. I don't know. A little while later, you also notice the light-bearing cleric come trudging through. Doesn't seem to pay any mind to you.
Do I
Your
believe
little
that he
honey?
has noticed me?
You feel very stealthed.
Cool, then he's getting
Your
tailed.
one looks more like a 4.
You're gonna tail him?
Your 4.
Absolutely, I'm going to tail him.
Okay. All right. You tail him.
Bird on the chase.
For now, we will go with that. Also, I need to check something before we continue. If this would like to be useful for a change.
It would not.
Shush you. No, you don't know what I'm typing. I can't spell even in this.
What a shock.
Shut up.
Damn.
No one likes you. I'll just use this. All right. Yeah, Crawford, you follow him for a bit. His. Okay.
Yeah, because I think, do we discuss with him where we're going to be patrolling?
He thinks
told
you're
him the north.
Yes, he thinks you're going to be in the north.
Oh, cool. So 2 is all to him. Yeah, I'm following him.
All right. You follow him.
Oh, beep bop boop. I'm gonna write a letter to Evern and say, trailing the name of the individual. Everdom, going into District 2. Yeah, no big deal. but I do a little poop emoji.
Wait. That's your name, just a little poop emoji?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Warren, you are up in the north with little old CJ. Would you roll 10, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What happens with you? And CJ rolled a 6. Oof.
Together, that's a 16.
It is a 16 together. However, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Powers combined.
Can it?
Wait, where the hell does
Does
rolls
he
go?
Does he get any bonus by like Warren like literally like talking to him and be like, yo?
Well, I'm trying to. Did you roll? I can't find where you rolled.
I
For
roll.
animal handling? I don't think he did.
No, for their wisdom thing.
Well,
CJ's perception was right under
he got like an
Warren's.
it was like
Yeah,
a
but-
5.
Yeah, he got an 8.
Yeah.
Did he got? Did he roll at advantage?
No.
He
No.
rolled
Oh,
straight
he has a.
covering distance and smelling.
Oh, that's right. That's why I didn't give it to him. You're right. You're correct.
He could smell somebody.
Actually, yeah, no, he would get advantage because it's smelling. It's not by sight, so he does get advantage.
All right. I'll roll one more time. Nope.
Nope.
man.
All right, he does not see anything.
No.
Your night goes by uneventful. You do see Calisius at one point as your paths converge in this area.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, 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 ba-dum,
Yep.
ba-dum, bum, ba-dum,
Ken, you also see Calisius at one point.
ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum.
Yep.
Do I see him trying to case a bunch of mausoleums?
I like the idea of him walking around with a flute in his hand, but just saying bum ba bum bum.
Bum, bum.
Crawford, or Ivern, you once again saw him go, but you received your letter from Crawford. What do you do with that letter? Do you stay still or do you follow him?
I stay still.
Okay. Crawford.
I know that if they continue that way, they'll be approaching somebody else in the party anyway, so they're probably closer to that side.
That's true. Crawford, you follow him.
Yeah, I didn't move my token, but I'm
Yeah,
keeping a distance from him.
I'm assuming you were following him with your stealth of, what was it, 13?
9 plus
21.
10.
It's fucking rogues, man. You follow him around as he gets to this point. You see him pause for a moment. And he just kind of stands there. And then he turns around and starts heading here. You being what's called the city?
Stinko.
A stinko. Stinko of the city.
And then
I need to make sure. Yeah. You being a citizen of the city and somewhat knowing this area. Actually, just give me a quick little history roll for me. Why not? Just to see what you know.
I know a lot. Well, I don't.
you don't.
Natural one. You don't visit the graveyard very often for, good reason.
Yep.
Death has no hold on you.
I'm immortal.
Where
I'll never die.
But I lost it because I'm smart.
Well, don't say that.
Hey, don't say
Thanks,
that.
Matt.
What are you looking for?
Let's see. He's going up to a very sea-based crypt.
I'm sorry, what did you say? What was the adjective for the crypt?
Sea-based. Based on the sea. Based on waters.
Interesting. Okay. Hashtag based.
You see iconography to various gods of the sea. You have no idea what this is or why he would be going here. Poseidon is a Greek god, but is he in this one? I don't remember.
Whatever pantheon you want to use, bud.
It's fair. He walks up to the door. It is locked shut. He then reaches behind him, but not onto his person, pulls out some kind of amulet, almost like from a pocket dimension kind of thing, and then holds it up to the door, you see a bright flash of arcane energy. Shimmer ripples across the stone slab, and the stones part for him as he enters the mausoleum.
Cool. I do nothing.
Okay.
I'm making sure no one else is coming, but I am sure as shit not pursuing, and I'm not letting anyone else know at this point.
You have dark vision, correct? You're half
I
elf, of course you do. Roll perception for me.
Mm. 15?
You don't notice anyone following him or anything, really. He heads down into the crypt. You wait. You wait. Continue to wait. He doesn't show himself for a while. Still wait. What are you doing?
Fuck. Damn it. I wouldn't know from the map, but I know from the discussions that we had prior that Kin and Evern are the closest ones. With my final 2 birds,
Okay.
I relay that I have no more means of communication, but each of them receive a bird saying, our guard captain has...
Not a guard captain. He is a
The-
knight
the-
and cleric of Kalimvor.
He's a god. He's a priest of Kalimvor, and he is essentially in charge of watching the city of the dead. And he is paying a visit to one of the crypts. I don't know if we need to confront him directly at this time, but he's been down there for a spell, and that's all that I say.
Okay.
I don't have any more communication. I let them know that, both in the messages that I write, and that takes a couple of minutes while I keep an eye on the surroundings.
Okay.
I don't think Everin's going to move because I mean, she wants to, but also feels like if you're not going to do anything except observe,
Yeah,
maybe it's best that we do this tonight, or like that she stays in position just in case. And like, it's a priest. Maybe the priest is on our side, even though he's shady. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, that was part of my hesitancy. Like, he could straight up be, maybe this is his grandmama or whatever. But just of note, he's been down there for a bit, but I'm not acting on it. Besides writing it.
Right. Well, everyone would trust you not to act without backup.
Yeah.
So. I don't know what Ken will do though.
I might have brought this up before, but it's kind of suspicious.
Wait, what's that?
Was that Warren?
I might have brought this up before, but it was kind of suspicious that he wanted to patrol the north, even though all the bodies have been stolen from the south.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that this is probably a group operation, and yeah, he unlocks the door, but we'll
Somebody else
see.
does the thing. Now
Yep.
he's down there, so who knows?
Khalees is wondering if there's like anything like Central Park and they have like food vendors on the outside rim.
Get your corpse popped.
This hour.
At this hour, you would probably know most things are closed except for some seedier taverns. Not in this area.
No guys with their stalls.
Dude, it's after midnight. No. Most people are asleep.
New York City.
This ain't New York City.
This is the closest thing to New York
It's-
City isn't in this place, isn't it?
No.
No, dude, you're not gonna see fucking food carts in New York City at this time of, either.
2 a.m. I mean, and they're not any bars here. Keep that in mind.
Not in the zombie district.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe in the party district or like the street food district, but not here.
Maybe Slut Street.
Fine, guys.
We're
Fine.
not-
Maybe
We're not
Slut
Slut
Street.
Street anymore.
Fine. I'm hungry in real life, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, then in real life, go get some.
Okay.
Let's go kill this guy.
You currently don't know he exists. Ken, you have made your way south.
From where I am, do I see Kin leaving?
No, she rolled too high on it. Well, actually, Ken, roll another. Are you coming south? Are you coming out? What are you
Am I
doing?
stealthing southward?
Are you stealthing south? Are you making haste?
Yeah, I'm stealthing southward because Crawford was
Alright.
all like, I don't really want to do anything. I did poorly.
Hmm.
I am impulsive. There's someone invading a crypt.
There
I
is
was
someone.
so close to sending it to Warren. Fuck. Fuck.
You made bad decisions.
Okay. You get there and you attempt to stealth, but in your haste,
Can I
Make a lot of
Can I
noise.
intercept Ken or attempt to
she
intercept
is coming
Ken?
down a different road
That's a good point.
and on the other side of the zone. Ecclesius, you have a rather decent passive perception. I mean, there's some
I have
distance,
dark
but
vision, my friend.
well, that's
It
only.
depends on where he was standing, though.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be here the whole time.
I'm imagining I got a rickshaw for a reason.
What was the
Once again,
Okay, so
Move around.
each
so I don't
mile
have
is
to.
a
you move at the speed of the
gentler
rickshaw
than
guy.
about a mile.
It's not faster just because you have a wheeled vehicle.
You're being pulled by a man.
You are being pulled by a man.
It's probably slower.
And we did establish that you had passed Warren. So you
Yeah, you're nearly a
probably
mile away from Ken.
be...
Warren is a man being pulled by a horse.
It's a way of looking at it. You would probably be closer to here somewhere.
Okay.
So say for the fact that you're all moving, you're not sitting in one spot, except for those who are stealthing. You would have moved from there.
Trying.
Let's
Although that might be part of your patrol path, though. So eventually you'll notice that Kin's not there.
That's true.
Eventually.
But Ken, as you are rushing down the road in Crawford, as you sit there, you both notice the old priest of Kalimvor come walking out of the crypt. Nothing in his hands. He walks forward. The old man almost pays you no mind and just walks right past.
Hi.
Shit.
Hello?
He's got family in the crypt.
Well, Ken's trying to talk to him, so
He does not respond.
I'm following him. Why is he not responding to me? I am
Oh.
joyous.
I am keeping an eye
Do me a
on
favor, roll.
the crypt in the 2nd district.
What was your perception before again?
Mine?
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I thought it was 16.
12 plus 3.
You don't notice anything? You notice him walk away as well.
Is his demeanor different? Is that a question? He's an older gentleman. He's been walking around.
You didn't. I mean, from when you first saw him, just kind of stop and turn around. You did notice he had stiffened up and done as he did.
He did be doing
He
like
did
that.
doing. Yeah.
Do.
He continues to patrol. Walks right by Ken. You don't see anything exit the crypt with him, but the door is wide open.
Well, I'm out of birds to flip, so I am.
Is the door open?
Yeah.
Did he?
The temptation here is strong.
Fuck! I can't
Ken,
message anyone else that shit's going down.
Ken, you do not have dark vision, correct?
I do not have dark vision, but I can use the senses of my pet snake and have blind sight.
I don't know exactly how blind sight works. It's only like what 10 feet, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
with anything within 10 feet, she's definitely aware of how.
yeah, she's
blindsided-
aware of it. But I don't quite remember how blind sight. They don't actually see; they just sense, right?
Yeah,
See
you
his
can
surroundings
Echolocation.
without relying on sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with the blind sight, you sense him. Yeah, and you can roll a perception or insight on him, but it will be at disadvantage.
I'd probably go with insight because I got a +4 to those.
All right, do as you please, but it will be at disadvantage.
Roll these things at numbers. Aha! That. If you would do the thing where you let me do the thing.
A 0? A null plus 5. You can't roll a 0.
No, I can't. That doesn't make sense. I
That
don't
doesn't.
understand.
That was a failure of the machine. I guess just roll again.
I don't.
All right.
It's a 19.
Natural 20 and
Hey.
a 19. Unfortunately, it is disadvantage. So you don't get the natural 20. You do get the 19. You notice as he walks by you, his face. I mean, it's not going to change the information, but it's a great roll. His face is completely blank and devoid of all emotions. You see his eyes are kind of glassed over as he just seems to continue down his path.
Crawford is gonna make his way
Am I?
closer to the crypt,
Okay.
very slowly, relying probably more on hearing than vision at this point.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and roll stealthy for me again, just for fun.
I don't like when you say that. Roll shit like that.
Okay.
15.
You feel relatively stealth. Ken, does that beat your passive perception?
10.
Is
No.
it passive?
Your passive is higher than 10.
My passive is 15.
Okay.
Oh, so then, yeah.
But
How-
like the look on Ambrose's face, like, is that similar to Charm Person or Command or something like that?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Because I don't think you use either of those spells. Or have used either of those spells.
I've seen them on Ever so many fucking.
You've seen Charm on Ever.
I'm sorry, I'm weak.
You have seen Charm before. You know enough about Charm and the state of being charmed that all it does is make you more favorable to a person. It wouldn't give them this kind of blank state. You don't know what's wrong with him.
He's getting old.
He's getting old. He might not know what's wrong with him. Crawford, how far up are you going? Ken, what are you doing?
Because he still hasn't said hi back, and that's just mean.
Oh, okay. I totally saw him walk out of the
and leave the door open.
I saw him rush Kin, like pay no mind to her, and I saw her pursue. But now she is out of my line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Sorry, I'm not Shiv this game.
Yeah, you're good. I am gonna probably be here.
Okay.
Ooh, here's something cool a rogue would do. I'm gonna climb on the roof of the building.
Okay. That's what would that be? Athletics or acrobatics?
Probably acrobatics. I'd like to roll out acrobatics.
Okay, I'd give you acrobatics.
Yay.
You can do some flips and shit to get up there. You
And I know
don't.
he could not.
With a 10, do I take a long time and it's pathetic or nothing?
I would say you are able to, but you will lose your stealth and make a lot of noise as you try to jump between outcroppings and use statues kind of as leaping points. You reveal yourself to the world around you.
Once I notice that it's kicking up a lot of dust, I am not going to continue to attempt to get on top of the building.
I mean, you would.
Is that cool, or do I do it anyways?
That is cool. You would still lose stealth.
Oh, either way at this point. Okay,
Yeah, because you are attempting the action, and by attempting the action, you have lost your stealth.
That makes sense to me. All right, I am on top of the building.
But you can make it up to the building.
exposed, but we out here.
You out here?
Have the doors magically shut yet?
Nope. Doors have remained open.
How far is Kin? Can I peg her with one of my ball bearings?
I mean, these aren't quite. If I remember correctly, I think it's like 1,000 feet or something like that for
And she's
3 or
trailing
4.
you.
Yeah, they're moving right now. I just
And
haven't updated.
if I whiff
'cause-
it, then he might be alerted, and that's
Oh.
probably not the best.
Yeah.
I
mean,
guess
if we were saying from the current positions, then Kin definitely noticed you, and you get the feeling if Kin noticed you, the guy. Well, no, the guy would be far enough away where he didn't notice you.
I'm gonna.
I'm feeling weird.
It's weird
I
on
just-
actual spacing.
I am quiet, and I use both of my hands to make the gesture of a bird, and then I remain on the roof and try to break up my profile.
Yeah, I'd like to paper bird
I
Calicius.
need to. Okay, you can do so if you wish.
I wish to tell him that in the far south, in the bottom corner, whatever. I'm not gonna do all perspective. I'm just
Ooh,
gonna tell
actually,
him there's an open crypt and there might be stuff in there to go check it out.
that would be about 1,000 feet to get. Okay, Ecclesius, you receive a bird with that message.
It's in Elvish. I hope you understand Elvish.
He does. He is a half
That's-
elf.
I think all of us understand Elvish.
Everyone.
Just a unofficial language.
Everyone but the dragon understands Elvish.
Our ghost also understands. Not that ghost. Lift.
Yeah.
Do I have a paper plane?
Paper. Yeah, he handed out what? There was
You?
one out to everyone.
I send mine out to CJ,
Okay.
and I say, "No, you wouldn't do that.
No.
It's funny, but you wouldn't do that." He sends it to Warren.
CJ's just fucking
No.
bites it, just rips it to pieces.
It is magical.
And
So
then
he
the
can't,
dog
but-
eats a magical item.
He sends it to Warren. He says, "Down
How-
south, open mausoleum.
What's the size?
Collect everyone if you can, but do not waste time."
Okay.
And then I say, "Hey, boy, to the southwest. I mean,
One section would be about 1,000 feet. So
Boy.
something like that.
Yeah. I would say to CJ, it's looks like something's happened. We're basically just gonna bolt full speed.
Okay. You head that way. Are we
For
assuming
the-
everyone but Ivern is currently making their way to 2?
Yeah. I'm gonna go the way where I would pass by, maybe be able to let her know.
I like to think that everyone at least has one paper bird.
Yeah. We'll just. That's the thing. That's what we're just saying. Is everyone has
Yeah,
the
I
ability
wanna
to send an alarm.
establish lines of
does that
communication.
include CJ?"
Wait,
No,
hold up.
that
These
does not
things
include the dog.
when we use them.
I'm sorry.
The snake, the dog, and the rickshaw driver do not possess magical sending items. Everyone else is good.
Do they get used up when we send them, or is it like
You the
That's-
enchant. The enchantment wears.
I thought it was kind of a return thing.
I don't.
right?
It doesn't really specify.
Yeah, it's not clear. Like it's supposed to be a sending stone esque, but it doesn't really work out in the wash.
Yeah.
I wonder,
Like.
I wonder if like it's used up by the time you cover it with messages.
Yeah, you get like a crumpled piece of paper that I'm sure at some point we can
I would say I would say it has enough of an enchantment to make a return journey.
The user is forced to eat it afterward.
Yes, to dispose of the evidence.
It's straight up Mission Impossible. This shot.
So, Lucius want to save this thing or not?
I don't know. Does Calicius want? You would know how to use it based on what's his face telling you.
Is it like burnt out or is it still good?
This would be a new one since it's being sent to you by Kin.
All right, I'll save it in the pocket or something.
This isn't really
Well,
spooky music.
I guess I'll reuse the one that got sent, and I sent a notice to her, and it's like stuff's happening. We should move to the southeast.
Okay.
Can someone do me proud and please go in the crypt?
I do one more check before I leave my area.
All right. Roll perception.
That's a 6.
You notice nothing. It's
So
quiet
I'm gonna
night.
start.
There's some crickets out. Beyond that, okay. Ecclesius heading down. You two are passed by the wary, well, not wary, but the old cleric, night cleric. He pays you no mind on your rickshaw, ignoring the light and the man driving it walks right by.
Hey,
Can I tell something's wrong with him?
You can. Well, actually, Ken, you would by if you're keeping up with him, you'd probably pass Clesius as well at this point, and you can tell him what you think is going on. In which case, Clesius can then roll Arcana.
I'll see her and I'll like use the message to be like, so where's the rich stuff?
Down this road, you keep going till you find Crawford on the roof. You pass him. It's right in the corner in the wall.
And why are you following this guy?
Because I'm concerned, because he's a blank slate dude, and that's just not normal considering how gruff and angry he was before. I really don't know how to break him out of it.
I point at him and I say into that message, "Hey, see something?"
You get no response.
That's suspicious because like whenever Cletus pulls that, I'm gonna keep up with him just because I see you moving away. Because
Okay.
whenever Cletus says something and somebody says, there's at least some kind of surprise.
We follow in the
It's,
wind.
it's like kind of intrusive. So, Ken, come with me. Let me see what's up with this guy. I'm gonna get out of the rickshaw and follow on foot.
Okay, you follow on foot.
I don't want
Two-
everyone to yell at me if this rickshaw driver ends up getting killed.
Smart.
What do you want me to wait, sir?
Keep headed south to the rest of my party.
All right.
Follow the road.
You see the rickshaw driver follow the road south as the two of you follow the cleric to the west. What is this? Oh, someone moved the. Hey. He continues up this way.
Did he step in the 4? And
He's tracking the 4. All right, the rest of you enters this time are making your way south. Eventually, Vern Warren catches up to you as they have a faster movement speed, and we're heading that way first. Crawford, what have you been doing? What are you doing?
I mean, I would attempt to just, try to be low profile on the roof, keeping an eye out for anything else as well as the crypt. Without anyone else or any other movement, I would see those two and jump down and relay. He went to the crypt. He walked in, spent some time, walked out, didn't shut the door. Brushed past Kin. Apparently, she followed him. I'm not sure where Calisius is, but the doors are still open. I don't think that he's aware of what he's doing. I think there's something in the crypt that is telling him what to do.
So I'm gonna go and check the path. I'm gonna ask Crawford to point out which path he used, and I'm gonna look for the footprints that he left behind, and if they
Okay.
match the ones that we saw messing around in the other tombs.
Roll a investigation or survival, I guess. Depending if you want to. Do you want to like track them, or are you just trying to look at what they are?
Shit.
Well, hold on.
don't-
Hold on. I can investigate the boot if you want to track it.
Um, sure. I'll track, and then I guess
Okay, so
Crawford
then
will.
you
I'll
would be
match.
examine the
survival.
shape of the boot.
Crawford, you can examine the shape of the boot.
Oh, that sucked too.
That one bad examination.
13. Fuck.
In this light, it's kind of hard to tell. You have dark vision, but you do know that from walking around this area, that a lot of foot traffic comes through here. Vern, actually, Vern, you can roll a quick history check for me just for fun. Warren, you're able to follow the heavy boot mark. It looks familiar, but it could just because the priest is wearing heavy armor. He headed north, which tracks with what Crawford said. Ivern, you know this is to be the merchant's, or not the merchant rest, maritime rest. This is the or mariner's rest. There we go. This is where those lost at sea are normally are entombed.
Or at least
They're
honored, I assume.
Honored, yes. Some of them are recovered. Some just drown. Others die on the ship, but these are normally those who are kind of like lifelong seafarers. They don't really have a home. They just kind of.
Like a lot of people on Waterdeep.
I'm assuming if they died at sea, though, they're not here.
Yeah. Some, like I said, some of them died on ships. Some were recovered. Some were never recovered.
Because when you die at sea,
They dump you.
they don't keep you on the boat.
No.
Maybe in your heartless societies.
It's our society too, but
It's a practical matter, dude.
Still though.
Everyone is also. I'm gonna re-up the invisibility spell just in case. And
Oh,
I'm going
Jesus, fuck.
closer to this tomb.
And she never heard it.
Ah, I think that was her mic.
That was
What?
horrible.
Oh, your mic either gave it like horrible feedback or something, but it just deafened me.
It sounded like your mic got cut off as you were screaming.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. See invisibility. You don't see anything.
I'm approaching the door that's open still.
Okay. The door is open. The magic. Well, I mean, you're not. You don't have see enchantment, but you are relatively certain that the magic that was holding it closed has now been dispersed.
He's able to unlock the doors, but I don't know. I think that he's doing it, but I don't think that he knows he's doing it. Should we? Do you want me to go track him, or do you think that Everin and Ken and Khaleesi are on it, and we should stay here?
I will say that you yourself have no idea that he was dazed, because you never saw him up close. You were far away.
I don't know by his right. I knew that he was being a little bit suspicious, but that could have just been him himself.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
You saw
Okay,
Karen a very suspicious man who bumped her shoulder.
Right. He blew her off, but I don't think I would immediately assume that he is under something just from that. I would say that Everdon is definitely
You know him to be
Okay.
cantankerous. Yeah.
he's consulting something in here. He didn't walk out with a body, but
He did not.
he has the means to open magically sealed tombs, which, I mean, I guess that's pretty obvious, right? But
Mhm.
he spent time in here and then he left. He's probably going to rob one of the bodies now. I don't know exactly what's going on.
I'm going to say if Crawford's thinking out loud, Warren's going to interject and say that his footprints seem to be the heavier footfalls that have been that are, I would say, they joined in mid operation. So whoever's stealing the bodies either enlisted his help at some point, and this tracks because the after this
What's going on
person joined the operation, to go and hit the Hall of Heroes and the Merchant's Rest. So everything kind of lines up.
So he's just leaving the door open for
Yeah,
someone else.
there's somebody else. Did you
Right.
see anybody else?
I was keeping an eye out. I didn't see anyone else, but if they're not going here, he's probably leaving multiple doors open in the event that, guards or hired help is
I'm gonna
guarding.
I'm gonna try to look for the other set of footprints that like since he's wearing heavy armor, he's the heavy dude. So I'm gonna try to attempt to find the other footprints. Maybe
Okay.
he's already
Roll
walked past.
investigation.
Might as well. Well, I've been rolling like shit.
I don't even see it 9. Again, a lot of foot traffic. Hard to pick out exactly what you're looking for. You remember them being very ordinary to begin with.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The only reason they stood out was because they were in such a remote area and all the tombs.
Gotcha. All right.
And they weren't
I'm
guard
gonna
feet.
tell Avern. I think he only left the door open for his accomplice. So maybe you should continue, like taking out this spot now that they've sort of essentially highlighted where they're gonna attempt to steal a body.
Avern quickly puts out her light, even though she's standing in Warren's torch.
Well, I'm gonna try to. I can't hide, so I'm gonna try to follow. Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna call CJ and we're gonna go. I'm gonna follow tracks, I guess.
Okay. You're just going to try to chase after them?
Yep.
Natural 1. Crawford, you see Vern trip over and fall, alerting everyone in a 1 mile radius of her location. The foghorn goes off. How'd that get in here? Ken, Clesius, he just continues along the path.
Does he look like he has anything valuable on him?
He's wearing a nice set of armor. His amulet looks nice. He's got a nice looking weapon.
Is he walking with purpose?
Yeah, and it's not a leisurely pace. He seems to be patrolling.
And his weapon, where is it?
It's on his hip in his sheath.
Can Calisius try taking that out or like shaking it or something?
You would have to go. Where did you go? Are you underneath? Are you underneath, Ken? Yeah. Guys, come on, stop stacking. Not after the whole deleting fiasco we had last time. You can certainly try. Are you just brazenly going to walk up to the man and try to steal his sword?
I didn't say steal, I said shake.
Shake? All right. You brazenly going to walk up to the man, or you can try to stealthily do it? What are you doing?
I'm gonna shake him on the freaking shoulder, dude. Hey!
Just shake him on the shoulder. He doesn't respond to you, and he keeps pulling himself away from your grasp, but continue walking.
I think he's under some kind of spell.
Yeah, clearly. But I don't know how to dispel magic right now.
Yeah, but I don't think it's safe for us if he's holding his weapon with him as he's in this state. If he attacks us, we might have to put him in more danger than if I just take his sword right now.
Alright, so try to disarm him.
I'm gonna just try taking because I'm not gonna like try to stop him. I'm just gonna reach in and just slide the sword out of his sheath. Take it.
Are you doing this just brazenly right in front of him? Or are you trying to sleight of hand? Alright, roll sleight of hand. See what you do. 11. You reach for it. His hand shoots down at the hilt, grasps it firmly. He eyes you sideways and then kind of gets into a defensive stance.
Ooh, defensive.
Hey, can Crawford's gonna go up to Warren, or I'm sorry, Evern, and say, I think you had a good idea. guarding the southern area that he didn't think any of us would be a part of. So if he left this open, he might be leaving something open in area 1 or 3. So I'm gonna duck out. If something happens, you're gonna have to yell because I don't think we have any more messages.
Uh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine. Do you want me to stay here then, or as she's pushing herself up from the ground?
Yeah, he'll help you get up, and he'll say, "I think that I don't know if his friends know that this place is unguarded. I think that that's a good idea for you to stay, and I'm gonna I'm gonna see if I can intercept him in the southern area. I don't think he would go north, but if he does, we have friends up there."
We've
Do you have
got
any hot tips
friends
for
on the
hiding
other
myself? Because that didn't
side.
work so well.
Yeah, you gotta break up your silhouette and try not to move. You turned off the light, which is like step number 1. So, yeah, get behind maybe a gravestone or something like that. But I would definitely keep an eye on the crypt. I'm not asking you to go down there, but just make sure no one goes in or out of it.
Okay. If they do, I'll send up a racket.
All right, I will if I hear anything as well. And I am going to head off towards. First, I'm going to head off towards 1. I'm not looking for people. I'm looking for the guard captain most of all. But if I don't get anywhere, I'm going to stop kind of where Everin originally was. So I can kind of keep a decent eye on 1 and 3.
Okay. Easy enough. I mean, it'll take you a little time to get over there, but
Yeah.
so we'll get
Because
back to
I'm
you.
going to be intentionally moving slowly to, break up my silhouette, be quiet. So it's going to take a while for me to get over there.
Warren, easy enough for you to follow the path your friends left. However, you are taking the long route, as that is the route they took following him. Calisius, he has now turned in a defensive stance towards you. What are you doing?
Finally have your attention, huh?
He does not say anything. Do you attempt to restrain or stop him in any way?
I'm gonna see what he does for a second.
If you do nothing, he will turn and continue his path.
Can I try to get ahead of him?
Sure.
Cool. I'm just gonna rush up ahead of him and see if there's anyone along the path that might try to intercept him. Like a sorcerer or a wizard or something.
You follow him around. He doesn't, again, he's paying you no mind whatsoever, despite you walking in front of him, clearly tailing him. He's aware of your presence, but doesn't.
Yeah. And talking to him yields nothing, and he just seems to be patrolling, is all.
He is patrolling.
Stuck in a trance, and he doesn't seem to be charmed or commanded.
Yes. But you are picking up that he's obviously under some kind of spell. Something's going on with him.
And we've been tailing him for a while. Decided not to go into anything, and we've just walked by the 2 that got hit the most.
I'm sorry, I was reading something. Go ahead.
Well, if we've passed by these 2 spots, at this point,
Yeah, he doesn't pay him any mind. He just passes
he's
on.
not paying any attention, then I'm just getting bored of him at this point. He's clearly not leading us anywhere. He's not, headed to someone.
That is.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna tell Calisius that I'm headed back to the weird crypt, and I'm gonna go.
Okay. As he hits this point, he will head south, and you will head east. Well, southeast.
Police is gonna try to follow, but he deleted himself.
Damn you. Next time you just stay dead.
Okay.
Alright, let me just pick you up real quick.
Control Z.
Well, no, because I'm not the one who did it. I don't think that would work. There you are. You're back.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate the House of the Homeless real quick as I pass by, just
Okay.
the entrance. If I notice anything.
Roll investigation.
Come on. Yeah, well,
It is a rough night for y'all. I'm
yeah.
sorry. You notice nothing out of the ordinary. As he seems to continue his route. Vern, eventually you see Kin and Clesius coming down the road,
Just so it's.
and you are
it's
both
clear,
are very aware of her, seemingly attempting to hide.
Clesius is kind of getting paranoid, so he's gonna equip a shield.
Okay. Shield
So,
equipped.
But that also gives me disadvantage on stealth, sleight of hand, athletics, and acrobatics.
Is there anything in there?
I didn't really go in. Have I seen anything since everybody else left me alone in this corner?
You have not. Warren, are you
Okay.
still following him?
I'm going to continue following him.
Okay. So it's been, I would say, about an hour.
Mhm.
You notice him pause for a moment, kind of look around, then continue moving. Do you approach him?
Did he? Did his demeanor change after he paused?
Yeah, it was almost like he kind of hit a wall and then just was a little. He seemed dazed for a moment before shaking it off and trudging.
Ambrose.
Hey, what do you want? What are you doing down here? I thought you were supposed to be in the north.
Oh, I was fast, so they suggested that I patrol, widen my patrol area.
Ah, that's smart. That's smart. Have you seen anything tonight?
No. Have you?
Nope. Quiet as always.
Oh,
Honestly, I was hoping that one of you would catch him at this point. He's been hitting the south. I feel like he would be afraid to hit again.
Right.
that's my thought. I was patrolling the north. There were some older mausoleums with I suspected that he might wanted to hit those.
Yes, a lot of forgotten ones as well. Older.
Hmm.
Aye. Well, you can keep him company if you like.
Sure. How?
Huh.
How? I can't keep track of time all that well. How long have we been out here? Do you know what time it is?
I got here around midnight. Probably getting close to 1, I would assume.
Is that accurate?
It is about an hour off, maybe more, a little more.
Oh.
Good question, Warren.
I see. I see.
Oh,
Well,
actually,
yeah.
let me do a
I'll
quick.
walk with you a little bit.
Let me do a quick read before.
Yeah, while that's going on, Crawford said that he got back into the position. I don't think I would notice them having the conversation because it looks like they're behind some stuff. But Crawford still thinks that he's unlocking shit in the south. Can he move back to here?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, cool.
As you're moving, you would probably see both him and Warren coming around around the bend here.
If I feel like he's starting to head through to that southern corner, is like, I would send a bird out to, shoot, who would I go for? Who do I know that's there? Avern. I would send it to Avern, saying that, tell him to hide because I'm walking with.
Didn't you use your?
No, I used. He gave me a couple, right?
I thought you just gave one to each person, but
I gave. Well, okay. So
I
there were
did.
different groups. I thought I gave 3 to Warren.
we can just.
3
It's fine. It's not a big deal. We can say yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, I would want to, because that's not the only way that we can communicate long term at this point. So I would give up as many as I had to spare. It's up to your discretion. But if I don't see them coming back, then I'm going to post up here. And even if I see Warren with the guard, Warren knows the information that I know. So if I can somehow get his attention without getting the guard's attention, which I don't think I could, then I'm just going to go back to my location. Everyone knows where I am, so
Well, three of us are gonna start something stupid, so.
yeah, I know, but Crawford's not like completely MIA. One person at least knows where I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So if I have the bird and I feel like he's starting to circle back to that tomb in the corner there, I'm gonna give a heads up. Be like, I'm heading back with the priest. He seems normal now.
Okay. You each receive that letter. It gets there faster than the two of you do, especially with an older man walking beside you.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? What are y'all doing? You've just received a message, Warren telling you that they're both heading that direction.
Well, yeah, I head in.
Okay.
We're going in. This crew.
Did y'all have a
in the
whole?
corner.
Did you have a whole little?
Great. Now we're the suspects. Okay.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, please, we'll be fine.
I can cast Zone of Truth and expect us. It's fine.
No. Oh well. Yeah. That helps.
But they don't know that you're not in it.
It's Zone of Truth. It's a spell. It's a compulsion.
If
Yeah.
you pass the saving throw, you can lie with impunity.
That's true, but the person does know that they passed the spell.
Only the
Aren't we
caster
not allowed-
does.
Well, yeah, the caster does, and she would I would assume tell everyone.
You need to beat your charge called 1-800-Calicius.
We've investigated
Actually-
ourselves and found no wrongdoing.
We certainly haven't done it, but 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
I'll be put on administrative leave.
Warren, at one point, instead of heading further east, he does divert towards the southern entrance. As you both get close, you notice 2 guards, both with torches on scones hanging above them. Sconces,
Cool.
thank you. I'm hungry too. No, sconces hanging above them. He goes, all right, lads, everything going good? Yes, sir. No problems here. Well, there might... Never mind, sir. All clear. Aye, all right. Keep up the good work.
What
Yes, sir.
insight does this priest have?
You don't know. He turns.
About as dumb as ever.
He leaves the 2 guards on post and heads east.
Okay, what do we see inside?
Inside, you surprisingly get like the scent of salt, salty air, as you enter the Mariner's Rest. Much like the Warrior's Rest, this is kind of a tomb of honor. To honor, so it is definitely more taken care of than the House of the Homeless, but not quite to the standard of the merchants or, let's say, a lord's.
Does Calicius see any statues of like large walking sharks?
Calicius does not.
Okay.
Odysseus has not made his way north or south.
So
Where's Phandalin compared to Waterdeep?
It's 3 days, like 3 days south.
There you
It's
go.
North.
3 days north.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, well, no, Phandalin's 3 days south, isn't it? Isn't Waterdeep
No,
south?
no. Waterdeep is
South
south.
is Neverwinter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no, I could never went there in
Never
Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
on the south coast.
There you go.
Look at me trying to be smart.
Lost Ken.
You have the general area.
Ah,
So the 3 of you are heading inside. CJ, what is CJ doing?
AJ's with Warren, last I heard.
Like,
Okay,
for a
so
while,
he's
you
just gonna
gotta
keep
get
following him.
left at 3, and then
You notice at one point that Ambrose reaches down and scratches CJ behind the ear as you continue down the path, heading
I'm gonna- I'm gonna grill him on the
South.
on two things.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask him how he thinks they're getting in, even though the uh, all the entrances are guarded, and how he thinks they're getting into the magically sealed doors.
It's a hard one. If I knew the answer, obviously I would have stopped him by now. I believe, and it's just me, that we're dealing with some kind of mage, and he's using magic of some sorts to get in. Now,
You're not wrong.
what kind of magic? I'm not sure. I've heard some can turn themselves invisible. Heard some of them can fly. I've heard some of them can make themselves into tiny little mice. So I mean, there's a variety of different ways.
I see, but I would assume the magically sealed doors are a problem. How is there anybody that can open them without?
The black staff. Other than that, it would have to be someone extraordinarily strong, at least to the level of the black staff, and there aren't that many in the city.
There's no a key of sorts that
I think the priests have something similar that they use to open the gate, but I haven't seen any priests around here tonight or any of the other past nights, so he's a knight, not a priest.
right.
I've asked the both Sylvanus and the other keepers of the grounds, and they assure me that they've never left their homes at night.
Oh,
To ensure that, we've also had some of the other guards keeping watch on them, and they have not noticed.
I don't know which freaking pocket he pulled his freaking thing out of.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
you didn't
I don't
see it
think I
happen.
told you.
Yeah,
At
I
all.
was there.
Yeah, I told you
Oh.
that he unlocked it with some amulet, but I did not tell you that he pulled it literally out of thin air.
So I don't know that. Yeah, okay. All right. I see. Well, it stands to reason if a mage overpowered the magic doors, they cease to function. Or I don't know. Maybe I don't understand the arcane uh, quite that well.
Well, if they can overpower it, they can put up their own enchantments, I would assume. Wouldn't be
But
too
then,
hard to believe.
well, yeah, but then the old keys would no longer work, would they?
It depends. If they're familiar with the construction and the use of the doors, they could make it to where the enchantment would still unlock it. It could be a simple dispel. I'm not entirely certain how these work, to be honest. It's a bit out of my purview. I'm more of the hack and slash type.
Man's got a split personality.
He's got one. Someone else does the other.
Or the kind, or Crawford may have warmed his heart. You don't know.
That's totally what happened.
You don't know.
Totally.
All right. I think that's all I'll ask for now.
Okay. You continue down the path. The three of you are in the crypt. What exactly are you doing in the crypt?
Looking around, seeing like what
Does it
could have
feel
been interesting to a knight in a crypt that he decided to
Anything-
stay here for a significant amount of time. Meanwhile, because no one else is really around that I know, I'm just gonna be telling Everett and Clesis about how Ambrose was being like real jerky and like wasn't paying attention to anything and it was just weird. I don't like it.
Answer.
Is there anything down here?
Is there any what?
Light?
No.
I-
Currently there is not.
I lit my amulet.
Oh, there you go. Yes, her amulet is lit.
Because Evern has much different information than Kin and Calisius right now.
Well, I'm sharing the information that I have right now.
Right? He
That's
was like super cold.
odd. He walked past me earlier and he seemed fine.
He really wasn't fine when he walked past me. He bumped my shoulder.
That dick.
And he wouldn't respond. He wouldn't talk. He wouldn't stop. He wouldn't like drop his weapon. Like when we tried to spook him. Like
You think it's a charm of some sort? I wonder. Do we see anything weird in here?
Roll investigation or perception, depending on how hard you want to look.
Can Calisius help?
Sure. Oh.
Whoever
So
wants
that'd be
to
an
roll maybe
advantage
10.
if someone is helping.
Okay, I guess I'm doing it.
Whoever wants.
Investigation, you said?
sorry.
Or
I'll
per,
do it, I'll do it.
yeah.
Okay. An
Depends
advantage.
if you're just trying to kind of do a quick survey, perception. If you're like trying to get down in the dirt and see if you can find something, investigation.
Well, Kin already has advantage. Does she get any extra modifiers for the
I
assistance?
get
Of the party?
advantage on perception or investigation checks?
Don't you have big goofy glasses that we never
Her
talk about?
her goggles help her with insight checks.
Oh,
It's just that I know that I have a good wisdom and a good intelligence, so I could do.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
Yeah.
perception is better.
Yes, the fancy goggles she found in the
More
river.
details.
right. I thought that I knew it was about reading people.
Yeah.
I thought it also had other.
I don't like you.
You have
Come on.
Oof.
That wasn't good.
That
Not a
you
good day.
you are not having a great rolling day, guys.
No.
No.
Yeah, you scour the ground. This isn't one of the most traveled mausoleums, but some people do visit to maybe try to find out what happened to old loves or whatever, family members lost at sea. You can't really find anything. You see some footprints, but they're old. Some could be. It could be old. It could be new. You're just not certain.
I ain't a ranger. I don't know about that.
You ain't a ranger.
Does her passive perception pick up anything? Like, there's nobody here with us, right?
No, no one's in there with you.
Okay, then I recommend we get
Except-
the fuck out.
Except for
but-
maybe like rodents, some bugs.
Alrighty. Just we'll bust out. It's not like we know how to close the magic door.
Yeah, but we should. I wonder if tomorrow might be a better opportunity to post one of us with him. Maybe prevent it happening or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it would probably not look good for us if we were caught in here.
Okay,
Calisius
we'll
is gonna
bust
keep
out.
looking for rich stuff.
Hey, grab your arm and pull you out with us.
We grab both your arms.
Let's just
and we
fight
drag you
back.
out.
All right, roll contested strength.
Both of
Vern
them are trying to try.
or one of Vernon or Kin at advantage.
Finally, you guys rolled decent.
Oh, did
Hey,
you?
that's not decent.
Decent.
Yeah, no,
It's
they.
the battle of the fucking. Does everyone have shit strength in this fucking party?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, no muscles in this group. It's all tone and lean muscle. That's it.
Fucking hell, man.
No
That's
bulk.
This gives up and just lets himself be dragged out.
You are dragged out.
the crap.
Halfway up the drag, I start whistling.
As your feet are scraping against the floor.
Is she? No, she's not.
Warren and Ambrose round the bend as the three of you are pulling yourselves out of the entrance.
Get the fuck up here.
As you approach, he notices the door wide open. You see his demeanor change from kind of a blasé, somewhat bored look to one of anger and confusion as he darts forward. The hell's the door open here? Fuck!
Oh, I shit. Well, I'll tell CJ to go find the others. We have a situation.
Okay. CJ doesn't have to go far as he picks up the sense of Clesius quite.
Well, actually, I tell him I tell him in Sylvan, pretend you had to run for a little bit. Don't come back right away.
He looks at you a little confused, but then runs off.
Yeah.
Clesis, are you just standing there?
I'm just looking at the door.
Are you just out in the open?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Oh.
dragged you away.
You were being dragged away. That's true.
That may be significantly worse.
Like, I walk back like, yo, so what's happening?
You, yeah, we can say it's fine. You came back. The two of you are heading north. Someone fucking got in. God, where the fuck were you?
Patrolling like everyone
Well-
else. I mean, this is like a 9 mile thing, man. You're gonna give me shit for this one corner?
No, sorry.
Did I give you shit? Where the fuck were you?
I was with your friend here.
Yeah, shooting the shit probably, not doing your job. Don't give me shit. Let's go inside, see what's in there. We'll give you backup.
He growls, and you both enter.
Yep. I go in. I draw my sword and follow in.
Okay.
I have dark vision. I'll take the lead.
Okay. Well, his pendant's lit up, so there's light.
It's okay. I'll protect.
I can protect myself. All right. Let's
Bye,
see.
bye, go ahead.
One day Khaleesi is gonna set up a trap this way.
We're gonna.
move back. I let him go first.
I'm actually gonna look for missing bodies.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's what everyone I assume is doing. He walks in. You're looking at mainly again. It's at this point you are all aware of kind of the pattern. They normally don't go for the ones up front. They go for the older bodies in the back.
Mhm.
The poorer bodies in the back, and so all three of you kind of head back to similar to the House of Homeless. There's kind of a Jane Doe area where bodies that were fished out don't exactly know who they were or where they were from, but do know that they were lost at sea. Area. You can roll mermaids. Perception, investigation with advantage because you have two people helping you. Whoever wants to roll that.
There we go.
21, nice.
We like you better, Warren.
Almost instantly, you find in the back area, one of the back areas, the missing body of one of the the John Does. John and Jane. In this area, most of the remains are skeletal. Or if you open the cassets, you'll see most of the remains are skeletal because they are older. This casket is wide open. There is a missing body. Actually, with the 21, just because you know to look out of the corner of your eye, you do notice his footprints in the dirt.
Mhm.
And you do notice, obviously, that they match the footprints from earlier. So this is not his first time in here.
If he can pull a key out of nowhere, he can put bones into nowhere.
He's not wrong.
I don't like that.
Well, how many?
Fuck.
How many footprints? Just his?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's the normal. Actually, with the 21, now you notice that there's a second set lighter footprints that seem to have more recently been disturbed. I guess imprinted.
Okay. I'm gonna follow them. Oh, hold on. I think I could see where. These footprints aren't any of ours.
Yeah, none of these. They're not any of yours.
I say that out loud, and I'm gonna use that as an excuse to go follow them.
That wouldn't surprise me, as this is a. Well, no, this is more of a. Yeah, follow them. I'll investigate here.
Oh,
I'll follow Warren.
Okay. Both of you leave him alone in the tomb to hide it. No. You follow. You can follow. I mean, again, you're gonna run into the problem that you're gonna hit the main thoroughfare, but you
Yeah.
can follow them out of the tomb.
and they walk out of the. I'm gonna try to follow them as far as I can.
Roll survival.
Okay.
At this point, you're trying to actually track instead of just kind of 14. You notice they come from the east, so as you're exiting the tomb to your right, where Avern and Kin had run up to,
Mhm.
that is the direction it came from.
The key thing I'm looking for is that these footprints didn't just pop out of nowhere at some point. There's a legitimate trail that this set of footprints came in.
Leaving the tomb, yes, you can follow a legitimate trail. Once again, once you get to the actual traveled areas, they get lost in the crowd, so to speak.
Okay, all right.
But you are able to notice they come from the east.
That's the information I was looking for.
This way. But yeah.
It was all right. Wait, it originally came from there?
This is the direct, like they came walking in from this direction.
Oh.
Which, I mean, Crawford could attest to that, as he did see what's his face walk in that way.
Okay, that's the same direction. Okay, well, yeah. We're gonna confirm everything later with. Okay, gotcha.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that he doubled? I mean, I remember you telling me.
He stopped and doubled back. You remember, as he was walking, he kind of froze and then turned and.
For whatever reason, yes. Yeah. He did an irregular kind of movement back towards it.
Gotcha. All right.
Question.
So.
Answer.
Mike, finish your thought.
I was. I kind of lost the thought, actually.
Fair enough.
I was about to break this whole thing open and it fucking went away. It's too bad.
Were you about to break this whole thing open?
Yep.
Play that OBS back.
That's not a part of the deal.
Hey, Commander. I yelled that back to him while
y'all
were researching to see if he responds.
He's in the tomb. Y'all are outside.
Oh, I go back in.
Okay, you find him where you left him. He is on the ground, studying the area, seeing how they got in the tomb. You notice that he's kind of lifting up the lid. It's been busted open. The hinge is completely torn off.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm busy here, lad. What do you need?
You promise to tell me the truth?
Yes, what do you need?
My partner and I were walking with you for about... Damn it. God damn it. An hour. Like half an hour or something. You were not responding to us. What was up with that?
What are you talking about?
What I just said.
You never... I just met you in here.
Let me ask you something else.
God fucking damn it, Calisius.
What?
Are you surprised?
Did you meet anyone else tonight, apart from us?
Just some guards. Is this relevant? I'm trying to work here.
It's freaking relevant. Why would I be down here in a goddamn catacomb asking you these questions if it wasn't relevant?
I don't know. I don't know you.
Yes, you don't know. So hold up. I tried asking you something. Clearly didn't make sense to you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this investigation too. That's what we were hired for, because you weren't able to take care of this for the past whatever many bodies.
One.
So stop rushing me.
One body. What do you want? I'm
telling you what I'm asking questions. That's what I want.
I answered those questions. What do you want?
Great. Hold on. Who are these guards? Can we have their names?
I don't know. They were just city guards at the South Gate. Ask your friend. He was with me.
Before that.
Guards.
You were with my friend. Did you meet with anybody?
Just past the guards at the West Gate when I entered.
The West Gate. Make note of that in my head.
Okay. Did you actually write it down?
Yes. In the real world too. My head is paper. And at the West Gate, what did you talk about?
I greeted them as I walked in to get onto my patrol.
I know. Are those the same? Can you verify if those same guards were working? Because someone had to open this, and maybe it has to be somebody that either is from the inside that works here,
They're the same guards that are on. I mean, they don't guard the same
Did you never
gates,
check your
but
guards to see if they're doing this? I mean, you're acting like I'm hustling you, but the
Yeah.
thing is that clearly someone is opening these doors.
yes,
So you're gonna have to let me investigate even you.
it's fine. I told you they are guards. They are the same guards that are here every night, though not necessarily at the same entrance.
Hmm.
I did. They're the city guard.
And you don't know their names that are working tonight. You don't know who's on the shift tonight.
I don't normally work with the city guard.
Okay. And so I'm gonna head back out now.
Okay.
No, I just have a question out of character. Are you doing that on purpose, like, or like, do you not actually know what's going on?
He doesn't know. Oh, that's true. He might.
Well, Clesios might not know what's going on.
I know what's going on. Khaleesi doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to the bottom of this.
Khaleesi's. Yeah, that's true. So I've been. I guess I'll ask you, Pi.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in this post for a while because I'm under the impression that the south area will be hit, but I haven't seen anyone pass by in a minute, right?
No.
Okay. I know that. Do I know that the Warren and Bilbus was going down to the similar vicinity of where he originally opened the crypt, or no? Did I see them walking and talking?
When you would have seen him come around the corner, you would notice Warren with him. You didn't stop to investigate further.
No, they were engaging, and I don't think.
But
that
yeah,
he's gonna
they
do
don't.
anything when he's being engaged.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'd like to keep an eye on the area, so I'm off the trail, but if I can kind of dick around in this area, looking at trails from where I can see, just making sure. Because at this point, I don't think he's under a spell. I think that it's him doing it. I don't think his guards are part of it. I think it's him.
Okay.
So I want to see if I can't catch him coming up the road. I'm assuming out of character, I don't see him. Do I see anyone else? Any other guards or other individuals?
From that location, you could see the guards change shift. They don't enter the actual city of the dead, but two more guards come to stand, and two of them leave. Beyond that, there's not any real foot traffic. You do see some torches off in the distance from the guards that you know are on patrol.
Right.
And then I don't think you would be able to see the light from
Just to be
Vern.
clear, I would be staying in this
general
quote-unquote,
area.
like, block, and I don't see any. Maybe I see some guards at the gate areas, but nothing else, kind of thing.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Clesis,
I would
what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the west gate to talk to those city watch people that are supposed to be guarding.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get to you later because that'll take you a while to get there. Warren, you were following the tracks.
No, I just needed to know that basically this guy didn't. His accomplice didn't come out of nowhere. He actually walked in.
Right.
That's the information I was looking for.
Yeah. You pretty much got that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm good. I'm gonna meet up with everybody else.
Okay. Ivern, Ken, you headed up to the east. What are you all doing?
I don't know.
I also don't know.
I don't know if there's.
I had 3 plans. I was going to run north. I was
Okay.
going to circle around this little corner and go back. And I was also going to go to Crawford. But a lot of things have happened in the time.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'm patrolling. If I see Kin running around, I will definitely talk to her if I can catch her.
Which of those 3 plans did you choose, Ken?
I want to go Crawford.
Well, if she sees something, if she's
I don't
running
fucking know what it
around,
is, but
and
I
I
knew where
see
everyone
her,
else was.
yeah, I'm gonna throw something at her if I see her moving around by herself.
Okay.
We'll
Well, I
go
mean,
up
Ivern's with her.
This road?
Oh, actually, wait, hold up. Do they know? Well, I don't know if they know. If I meet up with any of them, I'm gonna say, the body. There's a body missing from that tomb. The guy's gone already.
Excuse?
Would you say that to Calisius when he comes out?
You were there with us.
Oh, wait, there was the body missing? I missed that
Oh
entirely.
my god.
Ghost, mate. Ghost, bro.
This is why I was
All I
asking.
know is there's a point we were walking in, and there's a point where he was investigating the footsteps, and
Yes, he was investigating the
There
footsteps
is a new body missing.
from the tomb you were just in. You saw it missing. It follows the pattern of the other ones.
okay.
Yeah, this is why I was like, all right, are you doing that on purpose because that's in character for Khaleesi, or you're clueless as a player because you're yeah, okay.
I think it was, I'll just say it went over my head that the body was missing. I was actually not even doing anything. I was actually trying to pay attention. Sorry.
It happens to the best
There
of
was
us.
another robbery.
It's fine.
Right under your
basically-
nose.
Sheer
I'm gonna-
information.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody we gotta meet up. The guy's already gone. They made off with the body. We need to.
We didn't see anything.
What do you mean they made off with another body?
From
It's
where?
Crawford, hey, is Crawford part of this conversation, or is he still skulking?
You're
Would he have noticed
still
this or not?
skulking. They
On
haven't
this
quite
way.
gotten to your area.
We're
But we can just say you all meet up.
yeah, we're meeting up. We're gonna share information.
Okay.
If it's the skulker.
We can say the four. Khaleesi, would you meet up with them too?
I mean, if Warren's gonna stop me,
Well, I mean, Crawford would
Stop you
most
from
likely
what?
be the one to stop you because
just
he.
walk into the west gate. I'm not like super invested.
along.
I'm willing to stop and listen if someone wants to stop me.
Yeah, let's just regroup and share information.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just say that Crawford sees you and flags you down, and then the rest of the group joins.
I throw a rock at Kid's head.
Hits her.
Do we?
Don't even get a roll.
I'm almost
Okay.
certain that
All right, let's try to start with in order of events. Who here has saw Ambrose first?
Okay, so Everin and I were patrolling the areas between 1 and 3.
Technically, you're
Everin
six, then.
kept an eye on the western gate. As Ambrose passed by, she stayed vigilant. I decided to pursue. I saw him walk to the house where the third body was taken, around the backside on the easternmost parallel between the building and the outer wall. He moved forward, took a minute, moved backwards, and continued towards the crypt that I'm sure all of you are intimately familiar with at this point.
But what do you mean he took a minute?
He paused. It was a pivot, but I don't know. It was a little bit odd. I think that he was contemplating something before he decided to turn around and go back to the crypt.
Was he with anybody else?
No, he was by himself. He even made an effort to check to make sure he wasn't being watched. He didn't see me, so he proceeded under the impression that no one was watching him. He went to the crypt, pulled an amulet out of nowhere, and with a flash of arcane energy, the crypt opened to him.
What do you mean pulled it out of nowhere?
I don't know. Like I'm not a magic individual, but I know what a bag of holding is. He didn't pull it out of a bag of holding. He
Just appeared?
pulled it out.
Like a magic portal or something. Like he reached into something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
Or did it just appear in his hand?
No, it looks like he made a conscious effort to retrieve it from somewhere, but I don't know how or where he got it from.
Did he use any sort of incantations, any uh, somatic movements?
From okay, so Pi, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Okay.
Crawford is aware of spell components, and from his mediocre perception check, would he have noticed that? I feel like whether or not it happened, I don't know if he would have, because he knows what spells are, and he knows that spells come from, you know, components or like hand waves or
Yeah, he would.
saying something.
He
He has
would have.
magic friends.
Yeah, he would have
Yeah,
noticed if the cleric had done something like that, but the cleric himself did not. No.
He just held his hand out and it appeared.
Yes.
He pulled it from somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, it looked like that kind of.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
I don't know that much about the arcane. In fact, I would argue that I know the least between the five of us. It seems like it just kind of appeared from nowhere.
Okay.
The crypt opened. He spent time down there. I sent a message to Evern and Kin that I was not acting upon the information, but just observing, because it took a little bit. He came out, he brushed Kin off, and then they both disappeared out of view, in which I decided to T-pose on top of where the dead body, the third dead body was found. I did not pursue him. I think he's doing it. I think he's just leaving the door open.
Well,
He didn't walk out with anything, but maybe it's a portal. I don't know.
I have some ideas on this, but let's get all the information we know out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Kin.
When did he start acting weird?
I guess when he got to before he opened the crypt, he seemed to be walking normal, and then for whatever reason, he double backed and opened the crypt. But that's all I know. I didn't read his face. I wasn't close enough to ask him questions or look at his demeanor. But that was, I guess, the oddest thing that I observed him doing this night. He was talking to Warren later, fine, but
How long was it between when Crawford saw him leave the crypt and Ken followed that Vern and Warren arrived?
I'm gonna hold my fingers up to the moon. Can I guesstimate that it was
about an hour? Less than an hour.
What was the? Repeat the question, please. I need to mull it over.
The amount of time from once he opened the crypt to when Crawford observed him looking at Warren, or talking to Warren and acting.
Oh, no, I was wondering between when he opened the crypt, well, actually, when he left the crypt, and when Warren and Evern arrived, because there was another paper bird in the middle there.
Okay.
I don't know what the timing was.
From when he... Okay, that's tracking a lot. At that point, I think Kin and Clesius were following him. So it would have been
they were.
a little less than an hour, probably about 30, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It would have been either in that time period or the 30 minutes he was in the crypt, however long he was in there.
You could surmise. I mean, well, you weren't technically there. Crawford probably guesstimated around 15, 20 minutes, yeah.
Okay, so 15, 20 minutes, and then another 45-ish before Warren and Evern got there.
Yes.
About an hour.
Let me ask this. Were there at any time, was that since Ambrose opened the crypt, was there at any point nobody was there watching the entrance?
No. There was no point. Crawford was there. He didn't roll great on perception, but he feels like he was watching the crypt well. I would say
Okay.
from a mechanic standpoint, but yeah, he watched the guy go in before he sent the messages out, and he didn't leave until well
I'm
after.
not, I'm good. Yeah. Well, I know that, but it's like I'm confirming with the group.
I thought that was to DM. Sorry.
Yeah.
To answer for Crawford, since he's not here, no, I watched the whole thing. It all happened as I saw it.
And
Okay,
who
so
left to go follow him, Warren?
right.
I stayed here, and then Crawford went back towards the house of the homeless, I think.
No, not quite. Kin and Clesius followed him.
Exactly.
Warren intercepted them kind of about like 2/3 of the way through the patrol route, and
Okay.
then Crawford would have had. Once Kin and Clesius got bored, they headed back, and then Warren followed him, and then Crawford left.
Yeah. So, Clesis, you were following him. Do you notice anything strange about how he was behaving?
He
was-
wouldn't
He was
respond
pretty
to
non-responsive.
words, wouldn't look in my eyes, he wouldn't listen to anything that I said, he wouldn't stop when I tried to stop him physically. I followed him all the way up until past the Crawford point, at which point I left to go back to the crypt because nothing was happening, and I believe I saw Warren pick him up.
Note to everybody that spot from now on is now known as the Crawford Point.
Crawford.
Crawford Parable. And this is. Hold on. Crawford Point was like here.
No. The Crawford Point was
Your
here.
position.
Yeah.
Is what they're getting at. That's where you were originally supposed to be stationed.
Yeah. So I took over walking with him from there, and I
Yeah.
can explain what happened.
Well,
He continued to be unresponsive, and then at some point he did a weird freeze, like he just stopped.
This is out of character, but he did it here.
yeah.
Right. So, and at that point, I called to him, and he answered as normal. I asked him if he remembered what the time was, and he was off by an hour.
Which is the time that he spent wandering around unresponsive.
So
Yeah.
he was
Roughly a
under
little
the
over an
spell.
hour.
Yes.
Where did you catch him going back to normal?
Yeah. I think we pointed out it was somewhere around here.
Yeah, next to this crypt in the corner. Interesting.
I don't think that's relevant.
You don't
It
think
might
crypts
be.
in the corners have significance? Because they seem to have significance so far.
I think that is the time.
You think so? After
Yeah.
an hour.
After an hour.
I want to. I want to take a look at that.
So okay, to finish up, we followed back towards the Mariners,
What do the lines
crypt,
mean?
and at that
I'm
point,
sorry, I'm trying to keep track of this.
Sorry, go ahead, Rowan.
at that point, he noticed the door was open, and he seemed panicked, like as you would expect. We ran in, and there was a anonymous sailor that was missing in the back of the crypt. I noticed that the footprints, the same ones that we saw. By the way, the heavy footprints, they match Ambrose. The other footprints were also there. I followed them out of the crypt, and they have seemed to come from around there.
That's where he pivoted.
That exactly where he pivoted.
Were they
and
different sized footprints?
Yes.
They were the same
Yeah.
ones we found in the other crypts.
Crawford, you obviously weren't here for that. There were two sets of footprints in the crypts, one being heavier, suspicious footprints, one being heavier, one being actually kind of normal. If the only thing that was suspicious was that they were in such untraveled areas.
Okay, so the difference between the two footprints is not the size, but the weight behind them.
Yes. Implying
Ghost.
one was wearing something heavy and the other was not.
So
So out of character,
Mhm.
I'll tell you what happened, or should I not?
I mean,
I don't
Please
know
do.
what we're doing.
you're more than welcome to try to piece it together. I mean, your character
Okay.
isn't an idiot.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have a theory as well.
Mike's really good at this shit, so I want to see if he gets it.
So the fucker we're looking for is invisible. He
That's
met
what I thought.
he intercepted Ambrose here. He cast a spell on him to make him go to the crypt down here. He didn't pull the amulet out of nowhere. The invisible dude handed it to him, which made it appear like it appeared he pulled it out of nowhere. He then went in. The dude got the body made off before we even really arrived on the scene. At which point Ambrose continued to walk around until the hour spell ran out, and he snapped out of it.
Okay, but how did he get the
Okay.
body out? Was the body also? How did the body become?
The invisible dude carried it out.
You think you just put it in a?
Some
No,
of
but
you
when I
can. One of
intercepted
you can
Ambrose-
roll Arcana, or both of you can roll Arcana. Some of you can roll Arcana. Whoever
I'm
uses
not-
magic
Hmm.
can roll
Lauren.
Arcana.
You're too inexperienced to be making these kind of guesses. Leave it to us
Can-
experienced Waterdeep folk.
Can
Solve this
you
Do you
do
think the weight of the
know?
bones made the footprints heavier?
Ooh, actually, that's a good question. We can go back and investigate that.
Ken, with your knowledge of different spells, even that your clerics can cast, there are spells that make one invisible. When cast at higher levels, they can make one or more target invisible.
Mhm.
So, other than him just putting him on his back and becoming invisible, his theory
He can make a.
seems to hold some water in your mind, judging by what you know of spells.
Okay.
Yeah,
At the
we
very
could.
least, Ambrose had no invisible person near him when we were traveling with him.
I think if
Don't think so.
Blindsight would have picked them up.
I think the footprints were both Ambrose. I think that there was a weight that made his feet heavier.
No. There were two distinct sets of footprints.
Oh, you said the only difference was.
Well, yeah, heavy implying that one was wearing heavy armor and that the other was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one that's normal winter boots, and then one that was heavy armored. I know that when we originally investigated, I think we just decided that there wasn't a difference, like of weight in the footprints leaving, right?
You notice that there was on the heavier set.
Okay, so it looked like the heavier boots were also carrying weight, extra weight.
Well, we wouldn't be able to. I don't think we'd be able to tell that because there's too many variables. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we rolled pretty well on that originally, but
What type of ground is these trails? Are they like cobbled or are they dirt?
It depends at what point you're at. For like the more again the kind of richer, higher areas, it's more cobble, but most of the paths are dirt or
And from the information that we've
soft
gathered,
earth.
Ambrose is quote
Softer
unquote
earth.
the heavier footprints, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
And he obviously he went down the purple, he came here, he doubled back here, he
Mhm.
went in here, and then he continued along the wait.
Yes.
line, the outside line. Ambrose is the dark blue.
Yes, he's the dark blue. I don't know who yellow is. The lighter
Fleecius.
teal. Oh, there you go. That works. Shirts. Teal is Warren. Pink, I'm assuming, is Kin.
Yeah.
And
Ern is the royal blue, and I didn't put Crawford on there yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's a mess, but
Yeah. Okay. So
I can kind of follow it, but then again, I also
but there
know
were
exactly what happened.
lighter footprints in the tomb with Ambrose's footprints.
Yes, Warren did spot with his perception of 21 a set of lighter footprints alongside with their.
And from his theory, we would be able to tell that the lighter footprints, if not originated here, were at some point picked up in this location.
He followed them back, and they came in from the east alongside of Ambrose's. Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
At that point, the footprints became lost in the traffic. It was just noise. I could no longer track. But he walked in. He didn't. It wasn't. He didn't just poof. You know.
So he is under spell. He is also just the door opener, but you think that he is sincere when he says that he does not know how to open the door. You think that whoever controlled his mind was also the one that supplied him with the magic to open the door.
Yes. Whatever object. Well, I think whatever object that appeared out of nowhere was probably appeared because he handed it over,
was no longer part of the invisibility spell.
and then no longer was invisible.
So whoever did this was the one to probably cast the seal on the door, or
He has access
has
to
the ability to dispel the magic.
But
Oh,
why
he
did they
quit-
need him?
Why did they need him? I think that they probably wanted to remain out of sight. I don't think he had any particular significance. Probably a last person you would assume kind of thing.
or
And even if we did assume him, he didn't actually.
I have to hold on. I have to assume that he cannot use the key item himself.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because Ambrose is. Am I right in saying Ambrose is of the same order that the priests are?
He's not of the same order, but he is of a death domain god.
Right.
Like him.
So, right. So I'm my conclusion is that he needs the key has to have some sort of requirement, and Ambrose fulfills that requirement.
Okay, so you think that he had significance beyond just being like a false, like a loose
guy?
essentially.
Because
I think that he had significance in who he is.
he did not target the sealed crypts until he had access to Ambrose, because the first two grave robberies did not contain Ambrose's footprints.
Wait, they did not.
They did not. That started at number 3, the Hall of Heroes, which was sealed magically.
The Hall of Heroes is sealed.
Mhm.
Number 4 sealed as well?
Yes.
And then guard patrols started up, and they had to default back to the poor people that weren't guarded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. You would also again, you weren't here, so I might have missed this in the recap.
This shittiest session to miss.
Yeah,
Probably.
it was a little important when it came to actual details. The first body was the 4th body reported. It was found by the merchant still had family in the city who noticed his body was missing. When
Yeah,
they came
so they
to
didn't know
pay their
about
respects
victims 1, 2, and 3.
until after the merchant was found.
And then after the merchant was found and they upped patrols, they went back to the House of the Homeless for body number 5.
Obviously, they probably took time to study and found an opening, so they went for the Mariner's Crypt because it's off in a corner.
Yeah.
So while I was keeping an eye on it, Ambrose left. Another individual went down while invisible, took the bones, and left in probably a different direction. Probably
He likely went in with Ambrose.
Yeah.
And was invisible when he left.
Ambrose was down there for, what,
Is the
15,
theory.
20 minutes, too. So, like, maybe he was helping the guy, pull out the body or the crypt or whatever, and then Ambrose just left without anything. And that guy took off once you started following Ambrose.
You are missing the point where Kin came into the picture as well. She did come running
This is
down
true.
after she got a message from Crawford.
I worry that we may have alerted them.
I don't know what.
That's my biggest concern.
Because Ken failed her stealth check, right?
She had.
We don't know.
You don't know, but
know.
she felt like
I
she was
wasn't
stealth.
sneaky.
and Ambrose bumped right into me going upwards.
Which,
I
like,
was using blind sight at the time from my snake,
It's true.
so anything beyond this point where Ambrose bumped up to me and I was following him up until the point where Warren picked him up, there was no one with him but me and Calisius later on.
so he might
Seems
have
fair.
left already.
He
Would have had to go in a different direction or be
Yeah.
beyond my blind sight.
Or,
So
or he
if
or he left ahead.
or he's behind us in the poor people's unguarded area.
Right.
Oh, he's one of you.
I'm gonna run
Okay.
over there.
So yeah,
Are
once
you actually?
what's his face got done, he went
Yeah.
this way, which is where he ran into Ken,
Because
and then possibly the other guy went this way.
I'm assuming at this
Can
point,
any of us see invisibility?
Wait,
if
hold
he
up. Did
I
I?
can.
But
Evern's
she-
used it twice. If he's not gonna touch anything for a while, he needs Ambrose. If Ambrose isn't on guard, we can assume that the water deep guards, the casual guards that he doesn't even know the name of, probably don't have access. So he's gonna hit the place that he can actually get into without some special connection. He's going to either hit the poor people's while we're talking now, or he's going to hit them in the future.
The pattern says they've only gotten one at a time. But yes,
Well,
I would say the next time they very well might grab one from the house of the homeless.
Did someone just roll
Yeah.
something?
I would say
Is that a current 21 perception?
Oh.
Yeah.
You notice no one else in the vicinity. Again, you see the guards at the gate.
Crawford bolts to the homeland.
I would say
Calisius kind of looks around and then he says, so this guy's supposed to be invisible, right?
right.
Yeah.
So he could just be around us, listening to us right now? Because we're just like going off in the middle of the city of the dead?
Well,
Absolutely.
currently Avern has see invisibility on, so she would
Yeah.
know if there was something invisible around y'all, or at least she would be able to see it.
I turned it on when I got back down here. The when I met up with Warren and then met Crawford down here. So it's been on for a little while. But I
Yeah.
didn't see anything by the time I got to Crawford.
Incidentally, you're marking the charges, right?
Sam, I have used 2 of them, so I have 1 remaining.
Did you try using it inside the crypt?
It was on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright, and you didn't see anybody. Okay.
we have. All right. So what are our options at this point? Assuming we're trying.
My question is,
Honestly,
do we tell Ambrose what we saw of him?
That's
absolutely not.
the
No.
biggest question.
We
Um,
tell Ambrose he's done. Ambrose is done for a couple of days. We have to convince him that anyone that has any if we're going by your theory, Warren, Ambrose and anyone else that has any divinity, and I look at kin when I say this, we need to
Yeah.
make sure that no one can get in if
Well-
the final piece needed is a connection with Kellenvor.
well, we can confirm that, can we not? The enchantment was made by the Blacksmith. And
It was.
could we not
We
ask
could
her?
ask her.
What are we gonna do to the Hall of the Dead? Should we talk about this here?
It's the city
I
of the
feel
dead,
like-
sir.
What time is it? Like 4 a.m. now?
Yeah, we can say with you guys have been conversing for a while. It was around
Is
2:30.
Yeah, I think the looting is done. I would like to take a trip to the Hall of the Homeless, but I think that figuring out exactly how this mysterious omelet works. Yeah.
It's a tasty omelet.
Who made this omelet?
The thing is if we're under the impression that this invisible person needs Ambrose, then I think it's a good idea to ask Ambrose who he's met recently.
I talked with him. He said he just only met the guards. I think we should go talk to the guards and see.
No, we need to go further back.
Personal familiarity, not people that he's interacted with on a job basis. Like, who would have
But
known
the-
him well enough to know that he is who he is?
Huh.
Well,
Well-
I mean, that doesn't really work with
I
the,
have
the hypnosis theory. So I mean, I figured we'd just talk to them and see what he was doing. Maybe get an idea of where he was hypnotized.
we know.
Spurred,
He was hypnotized.
We have a rough
dispelled. I don't know, man.
We
I
have a rough idea of that.
Charmed.
I have a couple ideas, even without knowing too much more. I think the one. Okay, so this will be hard to do, but if we could try to clear the daytime traffic footprints, we'd have a better chance of tracking who our invisible person, because they get lost. But that's also
You
maybe
would be asking us to spend all our waking hours removing foot traffic.
So I
No,
think when
we
he
would be asking
Right.
Ambrose to make
the
sure.
other
was in the graveyard.
the other more plausible idea, I think, is we carry on like normal and track Ambrose.
You want to team somebody up with him every night?
No, because if
No. Watch him from a distance, or it's not going to happen.
right, we need to not be there, or at least not obviously be there.
What about if we send CJ with them?
CJ's
That-
not super great with stealth, is he? And if he is, he's
But
not
the
gonna
thing
kill
is,
us
it's a
before.
dog, so
How is he going to?
no one's gonna suspect him.
He's not going to be able to communicate with anyone.
Is that? Warren?
Theory, if we want an inconspicuous animal to go with Ambrose, I have a snake that I can share senses with.
Oh,
Excellent idea.
that's really good.
That's great. Also, I
Yes,
just
thank
realized.
you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It was. That's what you call an alley oop of an idea.
I feel like a Vern would need to be close by-ish, but not directly in the vicinity, because you can see the invisible. So
If we eliminate Ambrose from the equation, do we even need to monitor anywhere else besides the places that can't be unlocked without magical means?
well,
If
I
Ambrose is not there,
and we can focus on the
we can focus.
more available, but I think it's going to be a few days before they strike again. I would assume.
but I'm sort of hoping on the fact that he hasn't been spooked yet, and we want him to be as off guard as possible, if that makes sense.
I think
I
after
have
tonight he probably has.
a suggestion that I
You
put in the
don't know,
Discord.
though.
And I'm curious about.
Let me read it. Did we
Oh,
talk to Ambrose about what we saw? I think the answer is probably no for
I don't know.
that.
it's the last one.
Yeah,
What if we have one of our two changelings go as Ambrose?
that is a very good idea.
You are all
That-
in.
Additionally, with my snake, there's a good chance
That
that I
is-
could see invisible things, considering
Yeah.
it doesn't rely on light.
Or everyone could have see invisibility on whichever one of us, either the snake or the
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah,
Wait.
like if you
Hold up.
see through
Hold
your
up.
snake and you're charmed,
We gotta back up for a second.
Yeah.
We gotta back up for a second. Do we know that Vern is a changeling?
No, you
no.
do not yet. Some of you do. It's a
Crop.
thing she's been trying to figure out for a while when she was going to say something.
But
wait,
did
do you
you
bring
say
it up?
anything out loud right now?
No.
She said two changelings. Well, you said two changelings. Oh,
Yeah, some of this
that's
is.
out of character. Okay.
Yeah.
But these are
So that-
in the
I think this whole
chat.
conversation, most of it's been out of character.
Yeah, this is kind of y'all talking through it amongst yourselves, not in character.
I don't think I would say this, especially out in the graveyard. Maybe if we were planning at home,
Gotcha.
but I could
Graveyard.
say I think in potentially. I don't think I would say like let's go as Ambrose, but I think
Yeah,
I
do
might
we
have an
wanna
idea.
leave? Is there anything else we want to do here, or should we go back to Troll Skull and talk? Because You don't want to dick around here, probably, right?
We can say that your shift comes to an end as dawn approaches.
Stop meandering.
For
You
shits and
can-
giggles, I will check the House of the Homeless to make sure that he didn't get greedy and try to take two at one time.
Fun fact, I was actually thinking about it, but you can roll a perception or investigation if you'd like.
Motherfucker.
You don't. Crawford doesn't know
12.
that Fiona and me. Yeah. You're again. It's a lot. This one especially is one of the more traveled because it is home to the lesser fortunate.
Okay.
So you are unable to discern if there's any new footprints or not.
Right, but yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, if he was going to be greedy, that's where he would go, but from what I can tell,
I was definitely thinking about being greedy.
he could be right behind us, taken from the crypt that we were talking about.
Yep.
Walks right by us with the body.
Yeah, kind of.
Can you imagine he ran out?
So
Can you imagine he ran out of like invisibility spells and we're just talking and there's a
He's
body
like-
floating out of?
An old-timey crook.
Ah, son of a bitch, it's heavy.
Wait, Cameron, how can you tell if somebody's invisible? Will they just because if they're maybe they'll just come across as visible to you?
There's like a out of game mechanic wise. It's kind of like seeing a ghost, sort of.
Okay.
You're detecting that someone is using magic to try to obscure themselves,
Yeah.
but you can still see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it's a thing that Tyr can do is to see through the lies and deceptions, and acknowledge that they're there, but see through them. You know.
Wait, can you tell when I'm lying?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell when I'm lying?
Oh, that was in game. Sorry.
Mm,
DM shutting up.
Maybe.
I'm.
I could also make you tell the truth, but I wouldn't do that.
You can try.
At 6 a.m. we're walking
You
back
can
to Troll's
certainly
Skull.
try.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make you tell me the truth, but I could.
You could.
Making your way back to Troll Skull, your first night on patrol, highly eventful. But you head home, preparing to make your report, and call it a early morning.
Fuck. Yeah.
Whew. That is where we will end tonight.
Cool. I know that everyone doesn't like this kind of aspect of D&D. I think that it is incredibly interesting, and I think we're
The mystery.
but I
I'm just-
personally enjoy it.
My brain is bad at puzzles, so
I will say y'all were very close, and you just missed basically two little things.
because of our roles. Or-
I mean, the rolls were bad, but so yeah, like I mean, like outside, like actual clues you missed.
Oh. Can you send us the recording again?
Well, I mean, you didn't ask the right question, I guess, is the better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that we missed them; we just failed to uncover them.
Yes.
Um,
Well, no, that's not true. One of them was because of a not great roll,
oh,
but the other was a avenue of questions you did not pursue.
Interesting.
I see.
Well, it's a good
Um,
thing we're getting paid 42 gold for this one night of work.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
oof, and you've already
I'd-
covered much more than the guard ever has.
Out of character, I'm not mad that this goes on for more than one night. We get paid.
Yeah. I mean, and it's
In
interesting.
character, upsetty.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I like this.
Well, I guess,
I think it's interesting.
well, you are the one who likes puzzles, like to figure things out. You read into things that aren't there.
That's
My favorite was the whole gazer thing. You were like trying to like, connect the dots in the gazer. It's just like, nah, they just got pissed off at a cat and chased into an old woman's house.
yeah.
The cat flipped them off.
I'm
Got
gonna
too
get
close
rid
to
of the
sewers.
trails for tonight's patrol then.
Okay.
This
But,
mess of
I actually have a question.
Answer.
Warren would probably know this, but when I hunter mark
Hunter's
somebody,
mark.
do they know that I did that?
Pretty sure they do. They know
Yeah.
that there's a spell on them, but they don't necessarily know what that spell is.
Okay.
I believe.
I would argue that since no checks are made on their behalf, there may be a chance that they are unaware. There's no saving throw or damage.
But
any other
the
effect.
flare I've been
Yeah,
using
house
is
rules.
I was going to say the flare I've been using is that shadows are coalescing or around them.
Okay. Yeah, that totally makes
So
sense to me.
Okay.
If it was something mental like command or something like that, or what is it, fast friends that doesn't hint?
What? No,
I'm
friends can trip. They do know, but they can't do anything about it until the spell ends, and then
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking a third level spell. I think it is fast friends. If they fail or if they succeed, like they still don't know that you tried to do it. There's that one charm spell that doesn't have ill effects.
I think it's super rare. Or if you're like a sorcerer and you use like subtle spell, and there's like no way for them to tell who did it, maybe it's difficult for them to tell.
College of Glamour, you can do it as well.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Warren was using Hunter's Mark as as an actual hunter, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would have to avoid using Hunter's Mark before he shot at his quarry, because as soon as he cast it, they would be like spooked.
Well, it's a bonus action, so you can do it and then pop off a shot.
I will consult the internet real quick because I don't actually have a good answer for this. I believe again, but most of it's just kind of flare that when I say the shadows kind of stick to them.
Well, maybe it's. I mean, Warren would be the only one that is aware that Hunter's conceivably right. Like he can tell, maybe in his own perception, kind of thing. I think that's totally up to DM discretion, though.
Yeah, no, this is completely up to you.
Creature might not know it was targeted by a spell. An effect like crackling light is obvious. More subtle effects, such as an attempt to read a creature's thoughts, typically go unnoticed unless the spell says otherwise. Huh. Okay, I'm reading another little blurb.
I'll display it just in case you wanted to read what the verbiage is.
Hunter's Mark is big.
Did you put in the thing?
Yep.
You choose a creature you can see within range. Mystically mark it as your quarry until the spell ends. You deal 1d6 damage whenever you hit it with attack, and you have advantage on Wisdom survival check. Target blocks before the spell. Stop posting shit.
Sorry.
You just kept. I was like reading, and all of a sudden the thing just flipped down, and I was like, I lost my spot. I mean, it doesn't. It technically doesn't have. Can you not come back next week? Technically, it doesn't say there's any. Well, it doesn't actually say anything about somatic component. It doesn't require any kind of components or anything, right?
It's verbal.
It's verbal.
Yeah.
So they can technically hear you, but there's nothing physically to.
If I'm whispering it.
Yeah, if you're whispering it, we couldn't make it like a stealth kind of thing if we want.
Yeah.
Going forward.
It's like a 90-foot range, so I could be out of earshot.
Yeah.
So, this really matters in terms of how I use it going forward. Because if I let's say
what you're saying makes sense. Like, I mean, a hunter using it would not want to be known by its prey, and the whole point of using that is so that they could find their prey, and get a shot at them.
It would affect the timing of when I would use it.
Yeah,
I would like.
I would say going forward, we'll make it a stealth check kind of thing.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So
kind of hides your verbal.
The only thing that it would affect is when I would use it. Because if they don't know that I mark on them, I would put it on them as soon as I see him. Right.
Yeah.
Be like, there he is. We need to follow that guy. Hunter's Mark. Or if they actually know that they get Hunter's Mark, then I would only cast it after shit goes south and he's trying to get away.
Yeah, like I mean, what I'm reading, the rules say that if it's doesn't have a perceptible effect, then they might not know they're being targeted by a spell. So I would give that to you. But if there's a verbal conformant and you're close to them, I would say stealth. But if you're at like the maximum range of it, which is 90 feet,
yeah.
I guess it would be kind of situational.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
If
For
we
the
think
stealth
that
roll.
they're going to target Ambrose again, and we think that only one individual at any given time is working to manipulate quote unquote Ambrose, then we could have multiple Ambri within the city of the dead and keep an eye on
That might arouse suspicion.
Well, if they
Okay.
don't, it depends. If you
not maybe.
if
We
you
have-
believe it's only one person, then that one person can only know so much,
It
be
seems
aware
like
of so
there's only
much.
foot traffic from one individual manipulating Ambrose. So if we have multiple lures within the city, assuming they don't go for the easy poor people, then
Okay. I really like two of the ideas that we had. The one where we put our pharaoh into Ambrose um, on his person, or the one where we replace him with one of us, because as far as we know that Kin can look like somebody else. Both of those kind of require cooperation from Ambrose, though.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering how. That's why I'm like, do we tell him what we saw?
If we
No.
don't want to tell him, we can't do either of those.
they knew where
Right.
Ambrose was going to be, right?
Unless
Right.
we know that it's his night off.
Oh, this,
If invisibility is a spell and it can only last so long, they knew that Ambrose was going to be in the South Ward, right? Or Ambrose wanted to patrol the North.
Yes.
So
Did
that
wanna
means
patrol
that
the north.
sometime during the day, this person was informed that Ambrose would be in the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Assuming
true.
that Ambrose was the target in the first place to do
Mm.
it.
Interesting.
Did he talk to other people? I wasn't there for that session.
Um,
I'm assuming
you
Well,
probably
Wasn't
He was
here
right
last
now.
time?
you met at the you met him at the yawning portal. At last, that was the only time you've actually talked to him. You did not meet him in the last session at all. Like no one went to talk to him. No one.
Oh, dude, actually, that's a good question for Ambrose. If we want to try to have his cooperation on this, is that who would have known that you were in the South
yeah.
South half?
As opposed to us, the very, very capable adventurers.
Right.
Because I don't think I
question.
think that they knew that he was gonna be where he was gonna be, and they knew that we weren't. Well, we don't know that because they weren't visible.
I feel like the next night we definitely need to really tighten up the security on the House of the Homeless, because if they're feeling like they're threatened, that's the default target. And if we alerted them in any way, that's what they're going to go for. And then we need to concurrently also do something with Ambrose.
We need
Either,
a better way of communicating.
yeah.
Yeah. We need to
That-
ask for sending stones. Go
We
buy
need
some
to-
somewhere.
Luckily,
you guys just need to use the messengers. We need to have everyone has like 3. You guys need to like.
well,
send
I
them
mean,
out.
could we ask the Black Staff, since we were gonna go question her anyways?
I feel
borrow?
like that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, to borrow them, we'll give them back.
Yeah, we can if we can borrow her sending stones, ask her what kind of magic is on them and who know how to take it off.
And what the requirements are. 'Cause we know that there's some sort of item that can open them.
Yeah.
Know
Some kind
what?
of amulet.
Right.
Yeah,
But is there?
I know
something
she's
to do
busy with the Manchun shit, but also like she can't neglect the rest of her duty just for that. So
yeah. We have like one an appointment. You know, she can fit that in. I'm sure. Yeah, that too.
I hope there's significance with Ambrose, because if not, it might make things much more difficult.
There is none. I have fooled you all.
The good thing is that we're only going to be splitting in 2 teams now, so the sending stones would really work much better.
Yeah.
So we got a team watching House of the Homeless, and we got one team doing
Ambrose.
something involving Ambrose, either replacing him or maybe just watching him. Like,
following, yeah.
if we don't want to let him in, risk letting him in on what we're doing, then we have no option but just to observe him.
I think
I'd
that
still love to ask him stuff during the day.
he should tell us specifically his route, so we can know where he needs to be. But I don't think that we need to tell him more than that.
Okay.
I wonder if we could ask him to stay home for a night. I don't think he would though, because he's a dick. So.
He would not.
He's passionate.
Well,
We could try it.
Laura
I
would not sit by at home while things are being desecrated.
Yeah.
And
I
Oh.
think
necromancers are
certainly
raising
back
undead.
back
Good
up
point.
on
Good point.
that.
Good point. Yeah, no, if he's gonna stay at home, we're gonna have to tell him that we have some sort of plan.
We need
Right.
to tell him the truth if that's the case. Otherwise, we just track him from afar and hope that we don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Next time, I need to say to move in, because we may have been able to catch them in the act, but I went off by myself, and I was not going to engage him by myself.
No, yeah, you made the right call, and I think this is their big. Warren would say something like, when you're hunting your quarry, patience is key. You have to wait for your moment.
Yeah.
Everyone is
What about
wrecked
looks
guilt
and-
for not visiting you earlier. Even though she was behaving at the time.
I left when I got my bird.
I've seen something. Didn't.
That's a fair
You
point,
could've.
though, Ken. It's conceivable that they are aware of Harper communication and that people are relaying information. I think the good thing is, or at least from the information that we know, is that one individual is working with Ambrose. But then again, we wouldn't really know, because if they were in the north, if others were in the North Ward, invisible or otherwise, we would have not picked up on them.
A quick question: do we know how long of a time gap there was between the fourth body missing and the fifth one?
No, you just know the amount of time between the time of it was reported and when, what's it called when the
How
next
long was
body
that?
was missing. It was only a few days.
Only a few days. So this guy, whoever it is, he needs
Went
these
down.
bodies.
Yeah.
He's willing to take significant risk. He's not like, oh, I'll just wait a couple months down the line when all this cools down and I'll steal one more. He's
Yeah.
like, guards up. Fuck, I need a body. I need a body.
Yeah. I really hope that we didn't cause too much of a disturbance and catch his attention tonight, but hopefully he was preoccupied getting the body out of the way.
Yeah, because the craziness happened after I think it happened after he already had hands on the body. So I'm hoping that's the case where he's like, I got my body, get out, and he didn't notice
Yeah.
us messing about.
Up until that point, that was the first point where we failed our stealth rolls.
Mhm.
Well, ish. Possibly.
Another point to raise: if he has multiple bodies, he's probably using them for something heinous.
Okay.
He probably needs space to do it, and he probably needs a lack of neighbors to do it. So I don't know if he's doing stuff in the sewers. I don't know if he's doing stuff in an
It's a-
abandoned location.
It's
But
a big city, though.
yeah,
That's where it was my train of thought was headed towards, with like, trying to make his tracks more visible to be able to follow him. But I think it's impractical. This thing is basically Central
so
Park.
huge.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just way too big.
Yeah, because he's definitely doing something south. We can agree on that, probably. Well, no, he's leaving south. But if he has invisibility, that doesn't last forever. So he's probably not too far off from the locations that were hit.
I think we were pretty damn close tonight, so
We were, but next time might be more difficult.
Yeah.
If there even is a next time, we're only employed for so many days.
We're technically employed indefinitely, aren't we?
No, I don't think so. There's a
Is there a time limit?
yes, there is.
Okay.
Original offer 40 gold per night, haggle to 42 gold per night.
Hmm.
100 gold for catching perpetrator. I didn't write it down, but I think there was a time limit. I think it's like a week or something like that. Another idea is that we could potentially rig the entrances for them to show footprints.
Like set a trap that's not magic based.
Yeah, just like make soft dirt at the entrances and we'll notify the guards that we're looking for an invisible motherfucker, and it's just watch the ground subtly. That's an idea. I don't know if it's any good, but it's an
No,
idea.
I like the idea of we don't need magic to make traps. We can trap places that we think he's gonna hit, and
I
that
wonder-
could be as simple as like disturbed dirt or a small, like very thin tripped string, just so we can track their whereabouts. And I think at this point we're operating under the assumption that they need Ambrose, but we need to confirm the magic of the doors with the black staff.
Hey, what if we do like a glitter bomb on top of all the doors?
Yeah,
That's possible.
I
Stink
think
bomb,
that's
maybe.
actually not a bad idea.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
sparkle, bitch.
magic is kind of shitty in D&D, where it's like anything that the person is wearing. Well, he's wearing glitter. So
Well, see, the thing is, that's while you put the spell on, you would think, right?
Something like that. Well, no, I think as long as like it's equipped to them.
We have a very powerful
Glitter equipped?
we can clarify for us.
Well, if he's
Yeah, that's
walking
true.
out with bones, we're assuming that he didn't cast the spell when he had the bones in his possession, but they turned invisible once they were put on his possession.
Or that he
It wasn't in something he was carrying.
no, or he could recast it with the bodies as an additional target.
You think that he might have just slapped another coating on after?
Yeah.
That, or if his backpack was under the invisibility spell, break up the bones, put them in his bag, walk out. That is equipped.
There is quite a few ways he can actually get around that.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if something as dumb as like paint or powder or something like that, flour even, would.
Well, the best bet that we have would be something that stimulates another sense besides sight. We did something.
Calisius does have a really bad smelling flour.
Or that's a good point. If we did something with sound, or something that he tracked on his boot, but then turned visible once it left his boot and remained on the floor, that's another way that we could probably do that. But if it's on his person, I would assume that it's invisible, but once it left his person, it would not be.
Well, we can mark him with a scent. We have CJ.
That is true, and he does get advantage on scent-based perception checks.
Yeah, I think we should booby trap the doors.
But we need to know where he would be, though.
Yeah, we'd have to hedge our bets on which ones and then be there to actually see it.
Well, no, we could check on the trap later and see if it was triggered or not.
Right, because then we would have additional information on where they hit or where they tried to hit versus the placement of all of us and Ambrose. Yeah, it's late.
We can figure this out this week.
Yeah.
We'll come up
I
with a
love
plan.
you
No,
guys.
yeah.
I love the planning, but it's midnight and I've got tests tomorrow.
Well,
Aw. Hey, go to
Please.
sleep, youngin.
yeah. Young.
Bye bye. Love
No,
you.
Night.
Bye.
Thanks for playing. Oh, she's gone.
Night.
Yeah, y'all are, like I said, y'all are
I'm
dismissed.
gonna be off,
And
but I think that there's a lot. I think there's a lot of avenues that we can pursue, but we got
Yeah.
a lot of information tonight.
you did.
Yeah. I feel like we could get more information from the Black Staff if
Yeah.
she's cooperative.
I
Sorry,
am
that's
down
cool.
with that plan.
Yep.
I
Okay.
I over